What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Prospecting Buddy Digging Deeper podcast. Guess who we have this evening? If you guys have not seen the links that we put up, you will not believe it. We have the AU Twins here from the TV show Frozen Gold. What's going on, Kim? What's going on, Tiffany? How you guys doing this evening?
Hi, hello, everyone. We're doing good. Yeah, we're doing great. Well,
Good deal.
I'm just over being sick, but
Same here. Yeah, no, me and Arrow were actually discussing. He texted me and he goes, "Dude, are we canceling the podcast because you're sick?" I'm like, "Nope, we're not. We're making it happen no matter if I'm sick or what." You could probably hear it in my voice just a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I live in Georgetown, so there's like a big storm happening, and I'm supposed to be at work and everything. And then I just woke up not feeling well, and I called my boss. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't do it." And so I didn't want to be at my house by myself because the storm is like huge. We're expecting all this snow and power outages and all that. So I'm like, I'm going to Yuba City to see my sister. I wouldn't be able to do it anyway because the internet sucks when I'm in the forest and the snowing and stuff. It's just, I would be a little robot.
Pain in the ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you guys this evening. It looks like we got a bunch of people here this evening. Let's go ahead and do a few shout outs real quick to all the awesome people that jumped in here. Wow, that list is insane. Jeez Louise. We're going to do this as quick as possible, and if I butcher one of your guys' names, you can slap me later. We got.
He's going to butcher it this way. You'll see.
I know. Yes. I'm going to give it a shot here. We got Lala Rara in the building. We got Dan Zoller. We got Mr. Lodak. Rob McGuire. We got One Stud Puppy. One hell of an awesome name. We got Dave Peterson in the building. What's up, brother man?
What's up, David?
Good deal. We got Arrowhead Lee. We got SDI Prospecting. Jeez, the list goes on. Cottonwood Trails. Mr. freaking McIntyre. What's up, brother man? All right, so let's go ahead and kick the podcast off with the famous question that we always ask every single guest on all of our episodes. So we're past 30 episodes at this point. So I'm hoping that the majority of the folks that watch know what we're about to ask. How the hell did each of you guys get into gold prospecting? Let's start with you, Kim, and then we'll work over to Tiffany.
Okay, well, we got into, this is kind of going to sound kind of crazy, but it was 2012 around-ish, and we were watching all the conspiracy theories things, and we thought the world was the West Coast was going to have a big tidal wave, and we were all going to be underneath the water, and California was going to be gone. So we bought an RV and decided to go to Oregon, and we went to Oregon to Juniper Lake and found obsidian, and I found an Oregon sunstone. And
nice. Those are beautiful.
And I got it looked at. There's a place in Sacramento that has this really cool box thing. I don't know what it exactly is, but you put it in there and I'll tell you exactly what you're putting in there. And I'll say it's this or whatever. And he said it was an Oregon sunstone and it was worth about $50 to $100 because it had a lot of red in it or whatever. And I'm like,
wow,
find this stuff.
It's just laying over here on the ground. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. I just found $100. Wow, and
the world didn't end. So we decided.
Luckily, yes.
And so it began.
Yeah, we're still here. California's still here. So we just we progressed from my sister and I were into music before. We taught ourselves how to play, how to write, how to produce, and all that stuff. So when we like something, we jump in with 2 feet. Yeah,
big time.
We did tons of research, found out how to do our own claims, marked our own claims, flipped claims, had just a bunch of gemstone stuff, even in Mount Ontario and stuff like that. And we just decided gold was too hard. We thought, gold's too hard. And he was like, I'll help you find gold. I'm like, really? I was like, we own a gold claim with some really cool epidote. That's gem quality that we used to get faceted in Mexico and sold online. And it was a gold. Yeah, and it was in Shasta, Trinity. And we were like, I don't know. We couldn't find any gold there. If you want to come help. And he was like, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you your first gold. And then we just followed him and just learned. And then we went to Roaring Camp, and that was like mining boot camp for us. Like,
all the old timers were helping us. We were working like from sun up to sundown, and we just got the fever after finding like really good gold. We just dug in and literally started digging everywhere.
Tell me, Shannon's such a hoot, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh man,
Shannon.
Shannon from Amra. Yeah, I love him. He's just a really honest guy, genuine person. Like
he is who he is. You either accept him or you don't. And I love people like that. You know, I know where everybody's coming from. If I know where you're coming from, I'm straight. Whether it's left field or not. At least
at least I know you're coming from left field, so I know you're okay. Right?
Yeah, but Shannon's awesome though. Like he's helped us out a lot as well too.
Yeah.
Showed
That's
us
awesome.
more of the load mining because we were just doing placer. And he helped us out a lot. Also the book side of stuff, we've watched him, progress in what he's trying to do with Amra and stuff.
For sure.
Just really exciting stuff with Amra too.
So my next question I have to ask, so you guys obviously are like, holy shit, this is a whole different world for us, and it's exciting, it's exhilarating. Like, where did you guys go from there? Like, were you guys like, all right, let's get this equipment, let's go here, let's hit it hard? Or was it kind of like more like calculated, like maybe we should, but maybe we shouldn't? Or was it just like full blown, let's get some equipment, let's hit it hard and see what happens?
That's what we did. I put out posts in Amador County, places like that had a lot of private property with really good prospects for like some really good gold. Got some private properties.
Different gems, different minerals, things like that.
Yeah. And as far as like gold is concerned, we bought probably every dredge possible. Also, and, he let us borrow it. We're not saying it was in California, but
no, I mean, where it was. It caught some good gold. That's all that matters.
That's all I know. Yeah, that's the owners of the property. Sure did.
Yeah.
And so, and then I moved to Georgetown on a whim, right? And met like all the locals.
That's a hell of a move. Yeah, that's a hell of a move.
This guy named Dig Dug Dig, he is like my mentor. He is a sensei of freaking gold. Like he knows.
I like that, a sensei of gold. That's a first for me. Yeah.
Along. I'm like, where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going? And he's
put on your gold belt, and I will show you the gold.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be the gold.
Let's go get the gold. You ready? Let's go.
Just learning and trusting your instincts and just reading and doing research and just open to learning all the time. Open to learning from the old timer all the time. So
well, and that's where you get the most fun, right? Because the old timers, they've been around the block for so long and they've seen so much in the prospecting and mining community. And I think when some fresh people come in, it just gets them so exhilarated and they just want to just dump all their knowledge on you. And it's just so amazing. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. The more, the better. I mean, I always say knowledge is free. Knowledge is always free. And it's something that you can never decimate. It's always going to be there if you're willing to learn. And the old timers, they just have so much good knowledge. And, if you're so like enveloped with something, then there's more than enough old timers to always show you the right things, give you the knowledge you need, the tools you need. And it's a phenomenal thing. It really is. I tell you what, my first experience with old timers was one for the books that I will never forget. I don't care if I get Alzheimer's when I'm old. I'll never forget it. I went down to one of the push digs LDMA was doing down in Durkee, Oregon. I went down and I did this push dig. I had never been to this kind of thing ever before my entire life. And me and my best friend, who he pours concrete, he owns his own business, has never dug for gold in his entire life. I drag him all the way down to Oregon for a 4-day stay. And me and him were the youngest individuals at this push dig. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. was like, there's a lot of old people here, and kind of was kind of iffy about it. But the second day in, all the old timers were like, yeah, if you just grab that shovel over there and just dig that pile, put it in that banker over there, we'll get some good gold. And I'm like, well, what are you guys doing? And we're polishing, or they had brushes where they were taking big rocks and they were brushing the rocks off with water. And I'm like, well, I'd like to do that. But at the end of the day, once I started talking with them, I'm like, okay, they've already done what I'm doing millions of times, and here it is my first time. So, I got to kind of be broken in, I guess you could say.
Washing rocks to the next level.
It really was something else. And but I took some pictures with some guys, and they were talking about way back in the day with gold being at such a low price, and they were grabbing nuggets out of Yuba and this, that, and the other, and they got pictures, and I'm just like, dude, I'm lucky if I find a gram in one day where I dig. Like, you guys pulling nuggets, that's insane. So yeah, the old timers definitely are where it's at. Just phenomenal people that have so much vast knowledge. But fun stuff. But anyways, so you guys dove right in. You guys are like, let's do this. Let's go travel. I mean, what better to do in the summertime than travel with your brother or your sister? And just get on the open road, put some tunes on in whatever freaking rig you're driving, and you just have that euphoric feeling that's inside the car, before you get to that destination. Like, that feeling in itself, even before you go to a location, is it's an insane feeling. Just a great feeling. But
from I have a love-and-hate relationship with it, though.
I say by like the third or fourth day, it becomes more of a hate than a love. I'll say that right now. I'll put my head.
Do this again.
Yeah.
A week later.
I'm kind of done.
The hard hikes and the new, prospecting, going through new terrain and stuff like that. Oh my God.
It's tough.
You get down to the hill and you find the gold, and you're like, I never want to come back here, but I want to come back here.
Yep. We took a 9-day road trip, went down to first 3 or 4 days, I'm telling you guys, was brutal. It just poured rain, cold, miserable, and we're like, screw this. We still had the adrenaline going. Let's do this. This is fun, right? By like the second to the last day, or it was the third to the last day, we showed up to a good friend of ours, Sergio's claim, down there in Boise. It was like 95 degrees. I had 1,000 mosquito bites. I was on the same pair of shorts for 3 days. Like, I was already done, and we just showed up. And we start to go digging, and I'm wearing shorts and a cutoff shirt, and my elbow's just on fire, probably second-degree burns. Who knows? I had a shirt on trying to cover my redheaded neck. If you guys don't see me, I'm a redhead. I burn like a lobster. And so by like the very end of the first day, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I threw in the towel. I'm like, we got a 9-hour drive back home. I got more mosquito bites than I've ever seen in my entire life, ever, with anybody. So believe you me, toward the end of it, you're like, I love this place and I want to come back, but I'm not staying here another day. I'm going home.
And I wanted to stay a couple more days with the gold we were finding.
It was good gold.
I know. It's so I love how it is at the end, towards the end. Yeah. And then we do the laugh cry where we're like working so hard, like time crying at the same time. And laughing and crying at the same time. We call it the laugh cry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scratching at the dirt with bony Scratching at the dirt with bony fingers and thinking it's not so bad.
Just a little more dirt. Come on, a little more. Run just a little bit more. You already,
Bone grows back.
We're sitting. We're always sitting on gold. Yeah, so as soon as we sit down, and then we'll go over here, go over there, and then Kim will go, let's just try it right where you're sitting. That's where we find the most gold.
See, that's the thing. Like with me, when I go out digging, I'm like, oh, this is a new spot. I'd love to dig here, and I will dig and dig and dig and not find a freaking thing. Get frustrated, and then I'll go back to camp. I'm like, all right, well, let me do my usual rules. So 3 feet this way, 3 feet that way, 3 feet this way, and then by like the second day, I'm like, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna go dig under this big ass boulder. Hopefully, I find some gold. And sure as shit. And the last place I decide to want to look is right where some decent gold is. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. But unfortunately, I want to go home. But there's good gold. You know, like, shit, what do I do?
Yeah.
I'll be back next weekend.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Yep,
I'm
yep,
so
yep.
looking forward to the season, though, with all the flooding and all the water. Everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, there's flooding everywhere. I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I'm already plotting all these different places out. So, yeah.
I said we're standing at the window with our detectors like this.
Patiently waiting. Yeah.
Just counting the beeps as they go by.
Yeah. Seriously. So, a few more questions before we jump into the TV show and all that awesome stuff. So, a couple more questions that I thought would be awesome for the viewers to kind of get more of an in-depth feel. So, once you guys got a feel for it, you guys were going out, having fun, enjoying yourselves. It was turning into something that you guys were genuinely having a lot of fun with. What kind of equipment were you guys looking into getting? Was it kind of lower end equipment, higher end equipment? Was it let's go full blown, or let's grab a banker, see what we could do with a banker, screw the banker, let's go to dredge? Like, what kind of was going through your guys' minds as once you found good gold somewhere, what kind of equipment did you guys want to jump into and start running?
I think our first real big equipment, or I guess big, was the Gold Cube and Trommel setup, because Roaring Camp has good gold. And then I got the Nugget Zone for that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. Nothing against, Gold Cube or anything like that. It's just, it just cost too much. But at Roaring Camp,
clay and stuff.
yeah, at Roaring Camp, there's a lot of clay. And so I guess we were trying to adapt whatever equipment we can get to do what we knew. We found our first nuggets at Roaring Camp. And our second time there, we were trying to tackle the problems that were there, which is the clay. And we decided to use the paint mixer. To mix it up.
Break up the clay balls.
Yeah. And run it and do it like that. And so as we progressed with different areas is when we decided, okay, we need a dredge here. Okay, we need a sluice here, or we need a high banker here.
Yeah, because equipment, it varies for where you're at too.
Oh, big time. Yeah, the type of material. Yeah.
So the more we discovered and learned, the more we were like, oh, well, this would be cool for that area, or that would be cool for this area. Mainly detecting is what I do where I'm at in Georgetown. I learned a lot from Doug. Like I said, we went through bedrock, and before I used to get signals on bedrock that looked like smooth bedrock. And I was like, oh, this is probably a highly mineralized piece of bedrock, no big deal. And when I did that with him, he was like, no, there's gold in there. Bam, and he hit it, and it's shredded, and there's a freaking kicker in there. And I was like, this whole time.
Boom! Boom! Like, let's go!
Times like, let's just grab it. I don't want this thing, nails and everything else. I don't want that,
We're breaking all this shit right now. Let's do it.
Yeah. And so now I know, like, I learned a lot, with being with him from, like, there's gold in bedrock, like really in bedrock. Like nothing would be there. And he said as it expands and goes and closes.
Expands and retracts. Yeah, it expands and retracts.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, now I'm banging everything. And I was like,
now I'm breaking all this shit. She's over there swinging the detector. She got an axe in the other hand. She gets a beat. Wow!
Yes.
I see a comic book hero in there somewhere.
Oh, the AU twins.
I see it.
Featuring Pickaxe and Mind Lab.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, like, just keep going. I know it could get frustrating for a lot of new miners and stuff. But if you just keep going, it'll come together. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
40 nails later, and you get a big nugget, and you're like, damn, I just picked up 40 nails and a big nugget. So
see, my experience with metal detectors, I'll just get real quick into this here. I love metal detectors, and mind you, I want to get into them. Unfortunately, I've had the experience of someone who doesn't know how to use a metal detector, and they just start digging everywhere they got a beep. The beep, just start digging. And I'm over here running a high banker, and one of my best friends is just beep, 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 beep for like 6 hours straight. And I just wanted to take that metal detector and just break that damn thing in half. I was like, dude, we have no music out here. There's no cell service, nothing. Like, I'm enjoying the water flow, and all I hear in the back of my fucking head is beep, 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 beep. I'm like, I'm done. Like, that's turn the shit off.
Headphones. You just gift box headphones. Here you
go. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, and then I went down. I was like, screw it. I'm going to try again. After the road trip, Arrow left his metal detector, a really nice metal detector here in my garage. And we had a trip down to Seaside, Oregon on the beach. I'm like, oh, people probably lose rings and watches all the time. And I found
other stuff too.
I found 38 pieces of aluminum foil, like probably 45 freaking bottle tabs. And by like the last one, I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm not doing this again.
I'm done.
Like, I know how to use a banker, how to set it up with the pump, the whole works. Yeah, so I
cleaned it up. Somebody comes by and goes, oh, look, a ring.
yeah.
And you're like,
No, I definitely want to get into metal detecting. It's a phenomenal hobby to do in its own self with relics and gold, and it's such a fun thing to be able to do. And genuinely, up until the very last tab from a can, the very last one, I had fun. I was excited. I was digging. Oh, I got a ring here. Oh, we got this. Oh, we got this. And aluminum foil, whatever. Put it in my little bag. Like, okay, go to the next one. My wife's like, we're on vacation. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, but babe, I have a metal detector. Like, I have to do this. Like, I can't. I did too. Yeah. Well, yeah. So me and both
if you had found a nice ring, though, it probably would have been okay.
Game changer. Game changer. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Get back to work. Get back to
work. Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Wait, can you find another one for this finger? Yeah, sure, man. No worries. Let's do it.
Bring a margarita when you come back.
Oh, fun stuff. Fun stuff. But yeah, so one of the other questions before we get into the show that you guys ended up being on was what, out of all the experiences you guys had in the last year, and I know this is kind of a very big question, but out of all the experiences you guys have had, actually we'll say in the last 2 years, what would be the most memorable experience as far as gem hunting, any minerals such as gold, whatever the case may be, in the last 2 years, what would be your guys' most memorable experience in the last 2 years?
And that's other than Greenland, right?
Yeah, other than the TV show, yeah.
Well, I bought my metal detector, and
she's already cheesing. She's already cheesing.
And it's just weird how this happened, but and I was like, okay. I know it's expensive. I felt really bad. I have 2 kids. Spending that much money on something, it's really hard for me to do, even though my husband can afford it, but at the same time, I'm just not like that type of person.
Right.
Money, so
it's a sacrifice. It's almost a sacrifice. You're like, oh, yeah, click, and then it's on its way.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So my husband started searching online for the metal detector and stuff, and he found one. And come to find out, he goes to meet the guy, and come to find out, he just went with her a week ago with Dig Dug Dig, and they're like best friends. And he gave me a really good deal on the
SDC.
The SDC, yeah. So
Nice.
You like that? I'm building up to one. You guys like that detector?
Yeah.
It's good. It's funny because I've seen people come out with me with the 7000 and the SDC, and they're always putting the 7000 back into the truck and using the SDC. I think it's just the 7000. I think just too heavy. They're just more comfortable with the SDC. It seems that way. I'm just observing, and okay, Yeah. So the first time I took it out, actually the guy ended up meeting us out there where we had all met. It was Dig Dug Dig, my sister, and the guy who sold it to me. And I think I found the biggest and my first nugget within like 45 minutes, if that. And I just cried. I was like, oh my God, it works.
I found a nugget. Beautiful.
I have it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. And I'm just like, I can't help it. I'm crying. Yes, I'm crying. I'm sensitive, but that was probably the best thing, taking that risk and spending that type of money, and then seeing gold come
The
in.
reward. Seeing the reward. Yeah.
It made me cry, and then I came home. I was like, look, and showed my husband,
You can flip it like a coin. It's big enough.
She actually got a few that day. She was I got skunked, but she just kept getting them, and I was like, that's because it's just good karma. And plus the detector came from a really good person who had great mojo on it, who found tons of gold with that detector. So
that's
I
awesome.
think with the mojo and the area we were at,
and the praying,
yes, the praying.
Oh yeah, no. I think all of that plays a big part. It really does, because look at it this way: if you go with your brother, your sister, a good best friend of yours, you guys plan this trip, and you go in with the mindset of, we're not going to find anything. Well, 95% of the time you're not. But if you go in super excited, super motivated, like just ready to get this going, and you go out there, you hit it hard, your hard work pays off, and that vibe that's in that vehicle before you get to that location is just through the roof. You know what I mean? So all those different things played a part in you finding that, and that's what made that experience so much better.
I think we used to call that going wizard back in the day. Getting it done. Everything's going to work out. You got to wizard it, will it into existence.
Yes.
Before my time. Before my time.
Your detector, and she'll go, it's probably another nail. I'm going to stop it. Don't say that. It's gold. It's gold. Don't say that. Oh, it's probably something. No.
Oh, that's too funny.
We went there, though,
That's not an aluminum can. That's a 13-ounce nugget.
Nothing wrong. I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
I have to talk myself into not going out as another male. Kim, don't do that. It might not be a nail. Exactly.
Kim, it's not a nail. It's a nugget. I know it is.
Oh, this might be another nugget. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I found, after we went there again, and I found a little guy mining a pin that somebody had dropped there. And I thought it was on my YouTube channel too, because I thought it was a nugget. I was like, oh my God, And so a little dude mining. I was like, oh my God, Tiff, come here. And then my dog comes up and grabs it out of my hand. I'm like, no. They grab it back, and I'm like, see, look. Yeah.
That's cool. That is badass. So we got some comments we're going to run through here. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to do the ticker down there at the bottom. For everybody that doesn't know the YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/@AUTwins5610. So all you got to do is make sure you get that pushed into your web address, and you are on their YouTube channel. We got some comments I'd like to jump through here. It is absolutely insane, the amount of comments that are running through right now. So I will do the best I can, and we will go from there. Let's see. So we got a Facebook user that says, The 6,000 pays for itself, Don. So then Don says, I hear a lot of killer good info about the GPX 6000. Can't talk myself into spending that cash, though.
That's my dream detector, okay? My dream. So, if you guys want to go and pitch in for my dream, let me know.
I agree.
On that note,
that's a really cool detector.
So it looks like we got a question here from Mr. Rick Stash. He says, how much take-home gold did the AU twins bring home from Greenland? Rick, they cannot say that because we have not got into that segment. So if you stick around, big dog, I'm sure we'll get that question answered. Let's see here. Oh, geez. Mr. Evergreen Prospectors. What's up, hippies? What's going on, dude? It's good to have you this evening. Let's see. SDI Prospecting says, that's what I want, an SDC. They're also waterproof, which would be handy dredging. I agree.
Yes, we have
I
dredges.
agree.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
I like the compactability.
Evergreen Prospectors. Mine Lab lied to me. I haven't found 1 ounce nuggets daily. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case.
When you do, let me know, and I'll come.
Yeah, let all of us know. I'll come help dig for you. I don't mind.
Exactly. That'd be awesome.
Oh man, that is too funny. Let's see. We got another one from a Facebook user that says, "Oh, when I found that 3.5 with my GB2, that was a fun day." I could only imagine. You probably went home, bought some steaks and potatoes, got a nice fancy dinner. You guys are set up for that evening. That's for darn sure. Let's see. We get a couple more. If I had a chance to get a free detector, it would have to be the 7000. If I had a chance to get any free detector, I don't care which one it was, I would take it. That's the reality of it.
You got a Gold Monster 1000, jerk.
Technically, I do. I still do. I don't know if the battery's still charged yet because I don't have the charger. It's still at Arrow's house.
Yeah, it's still at my house. I wonder why.
We got a few more comments here on YouTube. Dan Zoller, he says, I got a Monster. It's rad, but SDC does better with hot ground we have. Monster's good, just got to have patience.
Yeah.
No, I'd love to get into the detecting, like I said. I see a lot of different individuals that are in placer mining, hard rock mining. Even if you watch some of Dave Veribioff stuff, he has a really awesome detector he uses, and it works phenomenal for him when he's down, way underground. And it's
yeah, you're not going to find any trash way underground.
I'd hope not.
It's almost guaranteed it's either a hot rock or gold.
Yeah, if you're 90 feet underground and you find some cans, they're probably relics. They're probably worth. Yeah, that's for sure. So
they're from the Stone Age.
I'd hope not. That means the history books lied to us. All right, so what's that?
There were some Levi jeans that was found in an old mining tunnel, and they sold for like, it says.
I saw that.
Something like that.
I saw that. Yeah, the jeans are worth a ton of money. And if you actually think about it, you look at it this way: did the guy really need to shit that bad where he took his jeans completely off? Why is there why? Yeah, why is there a pair of jeans just chilling in a mine shaft? There's got to be a good story behind it. Hey, Larry, I got to shit real quick. You watch my jeans real quick? Because jeans were not cheap. Jeans were not cheap.
We're out of burlap.
Larry, give me something over here. Yeah. Yeah, the price of goods back then were insane. I'm being serious here. This is a reality.
I agree.
Back then, jeans were expensive. I mean, your shovel that you used was more expensive than the gold you sold. I mean, it was a crazy time back then. So, I mean, yeah.
And you took off your jeans.
Don says, jeans off, crapping easier, leg spread. Never been through that, but I do agree. I do agree, unfortunately.
Until the bear shows up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, geez. But yeah, so aside from the memorable experience that you had finding that nugget, it was a very exciting moment that I'm sure you're never going to forget. That's just one of those memories you're never going to freaking forget. So I had a few more questions here, and then we're going to go ahead and take our 5-minute break. We'll jump back in, and we'll go diving deep into the show. Because I know there is a ton of people here that have some phenomenal questions. I got some insane, awesome, fun questions, and I'm sure Arrow is just loaded with questions for that show. So 2 more questions here before we jump on break. The first question would be, is there any type of equipment, and you don't have to say the name, you don't have to say the brand, however you guys feel about it. Is there any type of equipment that you guys would prefer for specific situations? And that's aside from metal detecting. Obviously, that boils down to the mineral content that's in the ground, boils down to the better metal detector, more expensive, less expensive, things like that. Out of your guys' time, as far as high bankers go, as far as sluices go, things like that, is there something that really is one of those pieces of equipment? Is one of those something that really caught your guys' eye and something that you guys can turn to in the nick of time to be able to use? Is there something out there that you guys would say, hey, if the situation is right, this is what we're going to turn to?
There's so many good pieces of equipment.
I agree.
Yeah. Prospecting wise, just something small, not carrying too much so you can actually prospect longer. I mean, a small sluice, hands and pans, and a shovel.
Yeah,
and just trust your instinct too. And I know this may sound weird, but get to know the vibration of gold, get to understand and connect with gold. I'm maybe strange or something, but I know that it has a frequency, and just be in tune with your intuition. And just for me, that's what's always helped me. And just look around, just use your eyes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you really advising people? Are you advising people to go out there and ground balance? We do listen to full frequency at night before we prospect.
There's a good sleep sound for that.
Yeah, it can't hurt. It ain't gonna hurt you, right?
It definitely ain't. I agree. It's the stomach. It's that stomach vibe, right? Like everybody says, even the beginning of time is the fight or flight. The stomach, your stomach tells you, and it's the same kind of concept, right? Where your stomach tells you, hey, I have a good feeling that this is good ground. I have a feeling that we need to dig this spot, and you just have it in your gut that has that gut feeling, and majority of the time it pays off. Trust your instincts. I agree.
I think a good piece of equipment is your friend.
I agree to a T.
I'm just saying, just less is more in prospecting. Pen, classifier, bucket.
And then at that point, you'll know what you'll need. It's like, okay, I can bring this down here. I can't bring this down here. What I use,
I'll just say exactly what is my favorite.
I mean, I love dredging.
Dredging is fun.
It's fun.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing when it's hot.
I don't know. I just love it. I love dredging. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
No, that's awesome.
I think it's satisfying too, watching the rocks go inside the nozzle, and you're just like, oh, there's gold in there.
You're like, come on, the next nugget, let's go. Come on, all across here.
When you see something go in, you're like, I know, I see that.
It was shiny. I know it's gold.
So it's just each other. Something's cool. I think that's the best. Prospecting. That's the best tools you could carry. That's the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And I recently learned about the trees too. How they used to tie down trees to point in the right directions to minerals and things like that. They used to bind the trees down. So if you go in an old time area and you see these trees that look like they were binded down as they were growing, just look.
It's the old saplings that the miners would tie down and point in that direction. I know a lot of people. There's so much lost history, and that's so awesome you brought that up, because that is one of those things that only old timers know. These new prospectors have no idea what, a tree that, you know, it's crazy. But that's one of those little pieces of bits of knowledge that, you know, if you see something like that,
There's all
tons
sorts of stuff like
Yeah,
that. I mean, I think the Spanish.
Water and minerals.
They had to be creative back then. They didn't have GPS or cell phone.
Yeah.
Even MapQuest.
Well, I think the
MapQuest.
Spanish, when they came up to Colorado, they used to stack rocks in a specific way so that if there was a hole in the stack or underneath, you know, that would point you in your general direction, but it really wouldn't tell you how far. Just you're in the area.
Oh yeah, there's
all sorts of little things out there.
The old knots in the trees. Yeah,
knots in the trees. They used to do the if they didn't have a processing plant on their mine, they would have to load up and take it to the next processing mine. But if there was no processing, you know, plant there, they would leave the smaller stuff, which nowadays we think that that's some good shit right there.
Yes, it is. That's for damn sure.
So you do your research on where you're at and what they had there, and you know.
Yeah.
Also, for sure. Thing too that I read was like people that used to bury their gold. They used to bury their gold in levels, like. So you find a treasure or whatever, or you find some coins or something, or some nuggets. You're like, oh yeah, that's it.
And you stop, don't stop,
because the best stuff is on the bottom. They used to bury it.
They used to bury it to make it to like, oh, you found what you were looking for, but in fact, that was just a little bit of something they wanted you to find, so you wouldn't find what was underneath.
Right.
So always twice. Just dig until you find nothing.
Just don't stop digging. Don't stop digging. Yeah. No, I agree. No, it's actually funny because when I was spending some time over in Montana with an old good friend of mine, there was a tree that had been uprooted, and there was big chunks of like different minerals in the roots, and there was chunks of like dirt. And you could tell it had been really like succumbed to those roots and had never, you know, really eroded that much. And I'm like, screw it. Let's try it out. And I took a couple scoops, put it in my pan, and sure as shit, I found gold, and I was through the roof. I'm like, oh, and I mean, as we all know, moss, you know, it's typically like an old timer's way of catching gold. And so, you know, as you learn these things, it just elevates your excitement to go prospecting that much more year after year. You know, you see weeds or moss.
Yeah, with miner's moss from Greenland. So when we get to that, I'll tell you.
I can only imagine. It's going to be some exciting stuff. So the last
where the fires were and the trees had burnt down completely, even into the roots. So there's holes and stuff, and we were putting our detector in there and finding some little things. So
that's awesome.
Completely burnt down even the roots. So there's tunneling. There's like
openings. There's openings.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Kim, get the metal detector down there. It's dig it out. I don't care. Get it in there. Stop complaining.
She's like,
Oh, that is too funny. So Christy had a really good question, and then I got one more before we jump on that 5-minute break. Christy Holbert Parham says, what was, and this is aside from the show, what was the most dangerous experience you guys have had, animals or terrain? That's a good one, Christy.
Rattlesnakes and bears.
That and also like we're kind of crazy. We'll do some crazy stuff. We'll go through all kinds of stuff we probably shouldn't be going through, right? Heights. My sister is deathly afraid of heights.
And I still go. I'll cry. But
she will cry. She will literally cry, and I just have to calm her down. Just walk. Cause we're on cliffs. We're doing the thing. You know, we're going down there. We're doing it, and she's just like, I don't want to, and I'm like, it's okay. So that's the scariest thing I think is cliffs, going places. Let's make it good gold.
Rattlesnakes
where nobody
almost
goes.
Peeing on a rattlesnake.
Yeah, she almost peed on a baby rattlesnake.
Luckily, it didn't do anything. It was kind of went down to her. I was like, oh, well, I didn't pee it. I know it's still I looked and it's a snake, and it just kind of looked like me, like, excuse me, and I'm sorry.
It's like, I'm chilling. Like, can we do this elsewhere? You're like, all right, shit, my bad.
Seriously?
Exactly. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh,
I'm sorry, sir.
that
I'll
is-
move on.
Yeah, so just like
Oh, that's
rattlesnakes
crazy.
and bears and cliffs, and luckily there's like the no-see-ums are scary too because you can't see.
Oh yeah. I've been in a couple experiences early on when I hadn't ever really prospected or anything like that. I usually go up north here in Washington, up to Colville, Ione, close to the Canadian border, and when you're by yourself at night, pitch black, no cell service, nothing around, and you're like, oh, I'll just go take a piss over here real quick. Don't bring a flashlight, and you start hearing shit crunching and creaking and popping and ticking.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, fuck this, and you just no, not happening. Yeah, so
I would say
yeah.
the worst experience was I was gonna be like this trippy, hippie tree hugger. So I went up to a tree and I wanted to hug it. It was so beautiful, so big, and I was like, "Oh, tree, you're so cool!" And I go and I hug it, and Kim's like, "I'm coming too." But okay, so she walks over there. We hear crunch, bees.
Oh shit!
Like bees. I mean, we had stings and we were running in circles. And come on, let's get in the truck. My friend has this on video, mind you. We never posted it.
Damn.
Come on, you got to post it. I'm game to see
That's the
now.
good stuff. That's the good stuff.
So
That's-
she's getting stung and I'm getting stung. She's all, run into the truck. So we get into the truck and they're stinging us and and Kim goes, kill him! Kill him! So we just start squishing them. They're in our hair. We're squishing them.
You're kind of doing like the Macarena. Trying
We had so many bites. We just jumped.
There's a bear over in the woods eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear sitting there watching. Yeah.
And my sister was running around in circles. She was like, ah! I was like, get out
Oh,
the truck.
It was terrible. And we got so many stings, but we traveled so far and we still
Yeah.
mined for like 4 days.
Yeah.
With
That's
that
props.
many stings
That's
and
props.
everything.
Yep.
And still went and found some beautiful.
That's something else. I tell you what, bees don't bother me, but when they're in a horde like that and it's pitch black and that's all you hear.
Are you kidding me?
I thought it was
bees
a-
around here.
I thought it was a drone. At first, I was like, I heard zzz, and I'm like, oh, a drone around here?
You're like, get in the car now.
It was awful.
It was
They're
horrible.
little, but
Oh geez, they do pack a punch. So the last question I have before we jump on this 5-minute break is, and it's kind of off topic, but at the same time, it's kind of something that a lot of best friends and buddies. It's kind of one of those things that you don't really discuss when you're at the gas station or this place or that place. You kind of just grab and go. What kind of snacks and drinks do you guys grab before you get on the road? Like, is there a special something that you guys are like, we have to have this before we get to this place? It's a 7-hour drive.
peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'll take it.
Okay, just
I'll take it.
Jar of
That's
peanut
my
butter,
daily.
jar of jelly.
Or the goobers that come together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with that.
And
drinks,
Easy.
And beer and but I mean, I can cook, then I will. But for the most part, just a lot of snacks, tuna, and things that are easy, packed with protein and things like that, And
No, that's-
life straws. Make sure we have those. So
Have to have
they're
those.
easier to carry around than a bunch of water. Yeah, it's
I agree.
easy,
I agree. One thing I do have to say on that topic is what this guy specifically, what this guy gets at every damn gas station. I tell you what, he gets the kind of chips. He gets the kind of chips that is non-shareable. The chips that nobody wants to eat. I love you to death, Arrow. I really do.
What chips did I get?
He gets I don't remember. I'll have to go through some of the pictures. I have
probably salt and vinegar.
There it is. There it
Oh,
is. The salt and vinegar.
salt and vinegar?
I'm excited. I'm excited. Hey, you want to share some chips with me? Let's do it. And then I go to crunch a few down, and I'm like, what the did I just eat? Like, what's going on here? And I look over, and he's cheesing at me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll never do that again.
Because I had the Doritos over here.
Like, nope. Yeah, he purposely bought those because he knew I was going to want some. That's the reality of it.
Okay, so you need to get
I've
some
never heard of a
secret
chip
hot
complex
lady
before, but
Yeah, he bought them because he knew that I wanted some, and he was next to me in the passenger seat. So he's like, "Yeah, have some of these." And like he said, he had Doritos, nacho cheese on the right side. Yeah, smart man. I give you props for that, Earl. I really do, man. I mean,
I lied. I lied. It was Cool Ranch.
yeah. See, whatever the case may have been, Oh, look at that. Jim McIntyre says, "Who sleeps on the drive?" Oh my gosh. I think it's this guy right here.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
It's so jacked up, right, ladies? So every episode, every single episode, they're like, "Yeah, let me see," and I didn't even know that was a thing.
I can't do that. I can't sleep on pumpkins or none of that.
Exactly. Just look at each other with
Oh,
deep
you should
blue
try
eyes
being
on
me.
fire.
I can fucking sleep anywhere.
Yeah. I had a conversation with him. We're talking about treasure. We're on our way home, and he's like, "Yeah, there's treasure." And I was talking to my friend, and I was getting so deep into the conversation, just excited, like adrenaline rush. And then all of a sudden, I'm like talking, and I hear nothing back. I look over. This is what he was doing on the way back.
Oh,
Right there.
God.
Oh, and there's the Doritos bag. Oh no, that's Idaho map.
Power, the magic sleeping power.
Come on. Yeah, blew my mind. So, anyways, all right. So, everybody that's watching right now, all the guests that are watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on StreamYard, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. That way we can use the bathroom. I got to grab myself another brewski. So, with that being said, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to dive deep into the show, Frozen Gold, with Tiffany and Kimberly. It's going to be absolutely insane. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. I'll see y'all in 5 minutes.
I'm going to go get Doritos.
What's going on, everybody? We are back on the second half of the podcast, and it looks like the AU Twins are back in the building. Yay, yay! Good deal. I was almost deciding whether we should do a little bit longer than 5 minutes, maybe like 7 minutes, because it's like I got to run all the way upstairs, do this, do that, run here, flush this, run back down, put the headphones on, and bam, let's go. It's like, damn, I just need 2 more minutes. Oh, holy crap. Welcome back, everybody. We got some comments flooding in here. Holy moly. Let's see. Watching live from the gold property in the Philippines. Holy shit. Let's go. Let's go. Mr. Prospector Dude, shout out. Hell to the yeah. All right, so holy moly. Let's see here. So the first question that I wanted to go ahead and bring up to you guys with the show, Frozen Gold. Holy shit, Frozen Gold. Awesome episodes. If you guys don't know where to stream those episodes, you guys have not been looking hard enough because they're all over the place. Phenomenal episodes. In fact, actually, I can sit here and say with confidence, the Weather Channel is actually streaming the first 3 episodes in season 1, March 4th, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and it looks like 5 p.m. So, again, I'll say that one more time. Saturday, March 4th, they will be streaming the first episode of season 1 at 3 p.m., the second episode at 4 p.m., same day, and then the third episode same day at 5 p.m. on the Weather Channel. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. Believe you me, I do my research, ladies. I do my research. Let's go. She's like, yeah, at that time. So for everybody watching as well, so I forgot to post up the other link. So if you guys just now jumped on, we have the link down there. I'll show you real quick. It's the YouTube link for the AU Twins. It's www.youtube.com/@AUTwins5610. Write that down. Put that in your address bar. Save that. They got some awesome videos, tons of videos with tons of different folks that you see in the prospecting community that you follow. So make sure you jump over there, give them a like, give them a subscribe. And then with that being said, on the flip side of that, this is their Facebook as well. www.facebook.com/AUTwins. You will find them within an instant. You get over there, give them a shout, give them some following, and just say hi. So with that being said, first most important question of the show is going to be, how the hell or who the hell or what the hell, how did you guys come about wanting to get on that show? How did that come about for you guys?
Celeste from, she's also called Prospector Barbie. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen her around. She's with Digging Chicks on Facebook.
Oh, I actually helped design their logo that's on their Facebook.
Oh,
I designed that, helped them, not design, but refinish that logo. So shout out to them. Awesome. Good deal.
Yeah, she's a great woman. She actually, she's a sweetheart. She's a really good prospector. They contacted her, asked her who would be good, and she said the Twins, and then she hit me up and she was like, girl, I can't go. You better go. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. So Tiff, and you got to.
Hey, Tiffany, I got a proposition for you. You got some time to be able to take off?
Yeah. Okay. And I honestly said sure because I didn't think I would be going anywhere. I was like, there's probably so many people.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, we'll talk about it in a few days. Yeah. Yeah.
So I did the interview thing, and then I ended up making it.
Yeah,
that's
you can
awesome.
see the interview that we did, kind of like the question and answers we just posted. We're doing whole behind the scene things on our YouTube.
That's the good stuff. That's the juicy stuff. That's what people really want to see.
Yeah.
Behind,
if you know us, like if you prospected with us, if you hung out with us, you know that we are like 100% real. We will give it to you straight. We are hard workers. We don't, we just, this is us. We don't play any channel or whatever.
You guys have definitely put your roots.
Oh, no, I don't look like this prospecting. Maybe day one, but
she's like, maybe day one, day two, all bets are off the table. I don't care what I look like. I'm digging for gold. So
yeah, exactly. We're prospecting, like our boys. We know we prospecting mostly men. Unfortunately, this is a male-dominated, thing that we do.
For now.
Yeah. I teach gold history at Discovery School in Coloma.
That's awesome.
I always try to encourage the girls, and there's a lot of little girls that are really good at panning right off the back of the bat. I'm like, well, you better have my back and be a minor. Like,
let's go.
Exactly. And a lot of them are really into it, so I'm glad that I can be a part of that. I get like 15 students every 2 days. I get 15 students, and I get to teach them how to pen, to teach them California gold history, and it's just I feel like I'm passing the torch. So
you guys are doing so much more than that. You guys have really put your roots in the community first and foremost. Secondly, people really get the raw version of you guys in the videos that you guys on your YouTube page, and how you guys really are, the quirky, funky, funny, exciting people you guys are, and that's the honest to God's truth. And you're right. In a community where it's mostly male dominated, having folks like you guys jumping into a community like this and really making a name for your guys' self in such a positive way, people love to see that. They love to see change in a positive way, and anything that it may be, whether it's any kind of hobby, any kind of something that someone actually genuinely enjoys and holds near and dear to their heart. They really take that to the next level, personally, so for all of us sitting on the sidelines and watching what you guys have done and what you guys continue to do is a phenomenal thing, because it doesn't matter men or women. The more folks we get involved and bring those women into the community makes our community that much better. It really connects all of them. You know what I mean? It doesn't leave any stone unturned, so to speak, and what you guys are doing is absolutely phenomenal. And when I was talking to Arrow and all the mods on the board, Steve and Chuck and Rob, Tina, Mama Tina, all of them on the board with PB who helped PB run. When I brought you guys up, I'm like, I got the AU twins. I'd love to have them on the podcast. They're such phenomenal people. I talk with so many people in the prospecting and mining community, and I've got nothing but massive positive influence from you guys. So it was only a matter of time before I prayed and hoped that I'd get you guys on the podcast, because you guys are genuine individuals. You guys really are. You guys do a freaking phenomenal job.
Community, I have to say, I love it. They're genuine people, good-hearted people, and I feel like I found my tribe when it comes to miners. So yeah.
No, you guys, and that's the funny thing too, is like you guys in your videos are so raw in such a positive way. Like, there's so many, there's so many different little scenes or little quirks that Tiffany does or Kim does, and it's just like, wow, yeah, that's who they are. That's that's ingrained in them. That's their spirit. That's who they are as a person, and that's what they bring to the table in prospecting. And it's a phenomenal thing to see, because way back in the day, you guys know how it was. It was all secrets, and I can't say this and do this, and and nowadays it's like, hey, I'd love to have a friend come with me. I'd love to. So being able to see you guys come out into the field and do what you guys do and be funny about it and exciting and exhilarating just makes the community that much more better. You know what I mean? In such a positive way. So, you guys
surrounded by good prospectors and good people too. Like there's so many good names that we could drop right now that we really, really enjoy hanging out with, prospecting with, and just chatting with on a day-to-day basis, like on our like anybody who wants to reach out to us, don't be scared. Don't be like, oh, intimidated or whatever. We'll hit you back. We'll talk to you. We're not like, oh, yeah. No, I'm talking to whoever wants to talk. You want to chat, you want to talk
all over the world. Just
hit us up. Yeah, just don't do the weird stuff. But other than that, we're good.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about that. You always have that 2%. I always like to say in the community, you have that small 2%. Yeah, I'm not gonna add you as a friend. I'm sorry. You might be a good person, but it's not happening. Like, nah. Add, observe, delete. Yeah. The 3 steps. Add, observe, delete. Next. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. So back on track here. So you guys got picked. You guys are probably butterflies in the stomach or dead butterflies, pukey feeling in the stomach. I don't know. But one of the two, I'm sure. You guys got picked. I'm sure the producers reached out and was like, hey, this is the days we're scheduling it. You guys got to be packed. Let's rock and roll. You guys got to be here at this point in time. I've talked with a few different behind the scenes producers and things like that. And they kind of give you a scoop and it's like, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. You guys got to be here. So in that little bubble of a moment, what the hell was going through your guys' mind? Like, fuck, we got picked. What do we do now?
Like, I can't believe this is actually happening. I can't believe I'm actually going to Greenland, somewhere I had never even really thought about
prospecting.
You know, it wasn't on my radar at all. But, learning about it and stuff, and just hoping that we could do good, and come home with some gold.
Because our mother had just had a triple bypass surgery and just had a stroke right before we had found out we were leaving.
Oh, bless her soul. Bless her soul. Strong freaking woman. Wow.
Before the surgery, she had, because I asked her, I was like, we're not going if,
hell no. Family comes first before anything in the world.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, if you guys, regardless of what happens, go and live your life, make me proud, or whatever. she told us, but you have to promise to wear makeup and look good.
Good old mama, good old mom. You gotta look good if you're gonna do this. Don't let me down.
Exactly. That's exactly what
it's not bring back the gold. It was like, you better look good.
You better look good while you got that gold in your hand. I love it.
Why, if you've seen us doing our things like that, that's not how we prospect every day. It's not.
My mom, we promised her
that we look good.
First and foremost, you got to make mom proud. That's the first and foremost.
When you call home and mom's like, you could have looked better on Tuesday.
You could have looked better on episode 3 or episode 4.
Don't use that color again.
Yeah. What is that shade? Kim, what is that shade you're using?
Exactly. That's her. She's like, she didn't care about her heart surgery or nothing. She just cared about basically us and looking good, and she wanted us to live out our dream, and she's just like, you know what, you guys go, I'll be fine. We have 5 of us in our family, and her brother stepped in and took care of her while we were gone. But we talked to her a lot, and that is also on the show. You could see us talking to her on the show about surgery and how she was doing it. She said she was gonna throw the walker to the wall, and she's just sassy, and that's just how she is. But she was like, I got this darn walker.
Well, this thing is not good looking.
It's a Portuguese girl. She's like, ah!
Well, I mean, we see that a lot in you guys from your mom. I mean, obviously, your mom's an amazing individual, and she brings that spirit. She brings what the spirit you guys have is what your mom instilled in you guys, and we see that in the show. We see that on and off the show. Your mom telling you to do your makeup is because that's just how your mom was raised and built, and she wants to see her daughters in their best. There's nothing wrong with that. That is an amazing thing, there's so many people out there that is just so involved in their mom, and having a mom by your side every step of the way with something that big in your guys' life that impacts you guys that much. And she sits here and tells you guys from heart to heart, you guys need to go live out your dream, go have fun, enjoy yourself, but you better look good on camera. I swear to God. I swear to God. So, no, that's awesome. So you guys got your bags packed. You guys are ready to rock and roll. Showed up, ready to get on that plane, get over there. Once you guys were on the plane, you guys kind of had hey, this is where we're going to be staying. This kind of, this is where we'll be at. This is what's going on. What was kind of going through your guys' head when you touched down? Did you guys have some sort of direction as far as, what's going to be next kind of thing? Okay, we're going to take a day to do this, take a day to do that. Or was it, hey, we touch down, you stay the night in the hotel, we're going to rock and roll the next day kind of thing?
It was touchdown, where is everyone?
Oh, shit.
They hadn't sent the driver, and we're like calling, and we're just like out in the cold going, where
no.
Who am I looking good for?
Nobody's holding a sign for us. Okay, we were just there.
Oh no!
Feeling but cold wind. What the hell are we gonna do?
Oh,
And finally, this girl shows up, and she's like, "I'm supposed to pick you guys up and take you over here." So we go to one hotel, and we're sitting there, and they say, "Oh, you're not staying at this hotel. You're actually staying at another hotel." So it was like a little bit of chaos.
Discombobulation.
My sister got her bags, and they like totally looked like they were chewed up by
My gold monster,
like a
jacked
dinosaur
up.
or something.
I had a little bazooka sluice was jacked up.
Oh no!
It was like it was ripped to shreds. That's on the
dinosaur.
YouTube as
Yeah,
well.
it's like a dinosaur.
Oh, producer's like, yeah, let's put it in the pet section. Let's put it in where the animals are.
Yeah.
They also told us that we wouldn't need to bring any equipment, but
Oh, jeez.
a little bit
we brought
we
stuff.
could. And
Yeah.
thank goodness that
Better
we
safe
did.
than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry.
No,
No.
we brought equipment, but we were the only ones that got jacked up like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez, wow. So the next question I have to say, so once you guys touch down, how is that feeling once you entered that hotel room? That euphoric feeling like, finally a place to be able to lay down. Was that the case or was it not the
We
case?
just traveled for almost 2 days, and my sister is a little spitfire, just like my mom. So she was just like,
I'm tired. I need to find somewhere to sleep. I don't care where you put me somewhere. I am freaking tired. Like, put me in this $100, $200, $300 or down here for $65.99. I don't care. Give me a bed.
Put me in a room with a bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not being picky, but just somewhere. Can you
Oh,
put me
no.
somewhere? I was
Jeez.
upset.
the beginning of it was kind of crazy, and then when we actually got to halfway to where we were going, the sound guy got COVID, so we had to actually stay in a hotel for 17 days before we could even go to the mining claim, which sucked. But we just
damn.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mucking Placer. Before you even said that, Mucking Placer says straight into COVID lockdown.
Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah,
what
the
happened.
sound guy. Out of all the people, the guy who
Yeah.
touches everyone,
The
Mike.
Oh, yeah.
The guy, he had COVID. So.
I got the mic on? All right, are we good?
Exactly.
He was doing Oprah and he didn't even know it. He's like, you got COVID and you got
You!
COVID and
Everybody
you
gets
got
COVID.
Exactly. And her and Activity and I were like, please don't let it be the sound guy. Please don't let it be the sound guy.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Everybody
Yeah, 17 days. What did you guys just go explore the town a little bit and kind of have some fun?
We were allowed like an hour or so out a day by ourselves. And
Yeah.
we
You guys were able to go and enjoy a little bit of the local food and delicacy and things like that, right?
Yeah, in our hotel.
So with that being said, I gotta ask, what was the food like? What kind of food did you guys I mean, in the hotel. What kind of food were you guys kind of introduced to? Was it something out of the ordinary? Was it regular? Was it something that you can get in the States?
To be honest, I have no idea what I was eating.
Oh shit! You just
Was it good?
Straight.
Was it good?
What line and sinker?
Some of it was good. Some of it wasn't all that great, but they had this like stuff that looked like bacon, but it was like thicker and stranger and blubbier.
It is a piece of ostrich. It's a piece of ostrich. Ostrich. We got ostrich bacon for you.
I don't know. I mean, I tried new food. It wasn't bad, but I couldn't tell you exactly what the dish was or anything like that at that point. They were dropping the dinner off and running away. And they were like, "Here's your food." Bye.
Lee Skilling says lamb.
All that open, so they were dropping off at the front door and taking off. So I couldn't.
And you're just kind of like opening these boxes, trying to figure out what's going on here.
Exactly.
Just like diarrhea, not gonna eat. Regular, okay, I know what this is.
Yeah, they don't have milk.
That looks terrible, but I'm hungry.
They don't have milk.
It's-
Yeah,
They don't have milk. It's all like some
Wow. No milk. Wow. Holy moly.
like boxed milk or something.
powdered. Look, it tastes like.
It's like
Powdered milk?
pre-war powdered milk.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was
It contains sulfur. Oh, it must be good.
Yeah.
But we're good with the wine. Like
Oh,
towards
the
the
wine.
end, towards the end, they were like, you know what? Take the bottle. We're like,
14 days.
Hey, I'll take it. Let's go.
14 days.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. So after those days were up, you guys kind of sat back, kind of got normalized, I guess you could say, with the hotel stay and where you guys were at, kind of familiarized for the most part. I think a situation like that in a new environment, I think it's like we were talking about earlier, it's a love-hate kind of situation, right? Because you love the fact that you got a little bit of extra time to be able to kind of normalize, but at the same time, you kind of hate it because it's like, okay, day 15, like we got 2 more days. What the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? So I think that, it's a love-hate kind of thing. The first little bit of time you guys get to enjoy. Hey, you know what? We can take a breather. We're off the plane, whole new landscape. And then on the flip side, you're like, the prospector, and you're like, let's do this. Let's go.
That's
Come
right.
on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, we're ready to
wasting,
go.
Yeah, we were wasting valuable time. To us, we were just like, look, we got so much money to come here. We got, which was it was a decent amount, but at the same time, they promised us 25% of whatever we found. So we're like,
Right.
we
If we can make it happen, the sooner the better. The sooner the better.
Especially, we're both not rich. We're both, we don't have millions of dollars. So we're like, dude, if we could find good gold here, we could have some money for our family. Help mom out, all the stuff that gold and good money could bring. And we were just like, let's go.
It's big. It's big.
No, they were like,
by like the second to the last day, you guys stay up all night. You got the butterflies ready to rock and roll the next day.
Yeah. Yep.
So when that day rolled around, you guys were ready to rock and roll, get out there, get some things happening. We ended up doing a show with Ray Rusaw, and he said nothing but positive things about you, both of you. He said, so I was talking with him and good old Ray, right? So, I was talking to him and his origins and this, that, and the other. And when he was over there, and he's like, well, we kind of had to just make things happen. And, Kim and Tiffany, they helped out and we just made things happen. And it actually turned out to be a lot of fun. And, I was just so excited to be able to talk to him and because his original background is not close to nothing with gold and prospecting. It's hobby airplanes and hobbyistic different things. And so to be able to talk to him, the MacGyver, I guess you could say, and him talk about the positive things that once he met you guys was such a phenomenal thing to talk about. And so with that being said, when were you guys finally able to meet your guys' team? You figured out who the team was going to be. Was it that day, the next day of those days off, or was it a couple days after, a week after? like how much time did it kind of take for you guys to establish the team, get the connections established, who was who, what we're doing, where we're going? How much time did that take? Was it the day of?
When we got to Greenland, and then we stayed in the hotel finally, and then we woke up to, well, no, this was in Iceland. When we stayed in Iceland, we woke up to fly to Greenland in a small charter plane, and that's when we got to meet everyone that had to do with, you know,
the show
was flying on that small plane. And so that's when we got to meet everyone.
Yeah, but we initially met them via, you know,
Skype here.
Yeah, the pre meetings and kind of discussing what you guys are going to go over, what you guys are going to do, the roles, this, that, and the other, all that good stuff.
Yeah. But actually, like hanging out and meeting them and stuff like that.
On the plane.
On the plane, and then.
Oh, really? So okay.
Yeah, the 14 days that we had lockdown, you know, Ray is so awesome. We had these windows that would open up like this.
Yeah, that's going to be on our next
video, on our YouTube video. We had these windows that were big and they open up like this, right? And Ray would just come by. He'd sneak out of his room. He'd come by and he'd be like talking to us through the window. And he's just like,
hey, Tiffany, Kimberly, you there?
Yeah.
Of course, we'd have a beard. He's like,
bullshit back and forth, and he's just like, you know, I'm still trying to figure out who the hell you girls are. I know some people that say they know you, but I still don't know who you guys are. Who the hell are you guys?
Good old Grandpa Ray, geez Louise.
Yeah,
that guy.
I love that guy.
Love him so much. It's
that's
so
funny.
And you know, Eric and Ellie, even though she was like one of those sisters you love to hate, we still
she was a tough one, even outside of the show. You know, she's a good downhearted person, but you know, out of all the things that the prospectors and miners have seen in the videos and this, that, and the other, it's a very mixed, balanced kind of situation. You know, and I'm not saying anything negative. Phenomenal person, I'm sure. But the rest of the crew, Ray Russo, you guys, I mean, my hat's off. I mean, the episodes were crazy, just like mind-boggling. Like, just like, what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing that?
No, they put us on a rock with no equipment. Like,
we ran 75 buckets a day.
Ourselves,
and went back to the Moss thing.
Tiffany's like ourselves.
75 buckets a day. She had sciatica problems. I had a pinched nerve at the end of this. Like, this is serious. They weren't even filming us.
They said we were bored because all we did was work and we shoveled buckets.
We were.
It's like, well, that's what I'm being paid to do.
And they were just like,
you know how gold
like,
math works, right?
That's what we want to do.
And Christian was digging, and he was trying to get all the cabins together. And without him, we probably would have all been sleeping in the cold. He's a great spot as well. Ray was trying to get our equipment together. You know, everybody was playing their part. You know, doing their part. Ellie, I'm not too sure, but you know, for the most part, everyone else was there trying to do the best that they can with what we had. You know?
Yeah,
I'll have to agree with you on the certain folks who weren't doing a damn thing, and I'll put that vaguely because we know who we're talking about. But you know, I got a PB prospecting buddy runs a fine gray line with everything, because if we don't, we're in hot water with this person, that person, and then it's just a whole nightmare ending, never ending situation. But no, I agree with you to a T. I mean, when you watch the show, you really saw the actual amount of effort that went in per person and what you guys really were trying to accomplish versus the folks that were there not really accomplishing shit.
There's not much we could have done because of the equipment that, you know, Greenland is so isolated, and the only way to get to where we were was by boat. And it's not like we can go to, you know, AutoZone or wherever you get your you know,
order some pizza from Pizza Hut real quick.
Ray had to fabricate everything that we got from scraps that he found, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
if it
was
wasn't for him, we wouldn't even have got half the gold we got. I mean, we all prospected and stuff like that. We all did our part. Once we got all the gold, actually, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have got any. of it.
we had to do buckets. We had to use the
gold hog,
the
yeah.
gold hog. There was
The
no
gold hog,
other-
yeah.
Yeah, there was-
No, you guys look at it this way. I think you guys underestimate the amount of work and the amount of value you guys brought to that show. And that's just being honest. That's not like, that's being completely honest from a bystander watching a show kind of view. You guys did what you guys had available day in, day out, every single morning, every single day, every single evening, and you can't ask for much more. And when you have a situation like that is broken into multiple different problematic situations, you do the best you can. And you guys, I feel, did the absolute best you could. And same with Ray. I feel like Ray did the same thing. He did the best he could with what was available, with what was going on, how it was being filmed. I mean, with the different producer, the different producers, we'll just say. I mean, but at the same time, with such a crazy show that went on, I think the show was still a really awesome show to watch. It was an experience of a lifetime for someone to really see the outside view of going as a prospector to somewhere fresh and brand new that you've never been to, different material in the ground, different temperatures. You know what I mean? Different food. I mean, most people don't really realize how much goes into something that you guys were able to experience, which is technically and still positively a once in a lifetime situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
And
especially like never being in that place and never like there's no research you could do on like exactly what is there, because it's so new. Everything
so
is so
remote.
new.
Yeah.
There was no research we could do, and being miners here in California, we've got tons of history. Where it was found, how it was found, what is it in, iron, quartz, whatever.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing out there really. So visiting the AEX mine on one of the episodes that we went to was really actually they were going to send Ellie, and Tiffany and I were like, please let us go. We need to know what we're looking
Yeah,
at.
no, we need to be. Yeah,
Look
no.
like. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Are we? Because we're from California, so we're just applying what we know from out
You're
here.
applying the knowledge you have from where you have been born and raised. Yeah.
And do those types of things, And
And in one of the episodes, we're actually the moss was amazing. If you want to know miner's moss, this miner's moss was at least this thick. I mean, you rolled
Damn.
it.
Wow.
It was amazing. And I was like, here, Tiff, run this.
yeah, running, and they walk over and they're like,
they're
"What?"
laughing at us.
They're laughing at us.
But cleaning
Wow.
the bedrock, I'm talking the cracks, the crevices, it's picking it all up. I'm sitting there and just sucking up everything. And I'm like, damn, this is the shit I would have.
You know what? Let's go. You created like a processing plant. Like,
Exactly.
Tiffany, run this, let's go.
Yeah.
and we're just shaking it and
Shaking
like,
it and spreading it
what
apart
are
and
they
running
doing?
through water.
What are they doing?
And they're just like, oh my
of course
gosh.
they knew what we were doing. Of course, Christian knew what we were doing and
But
stuff
the
like
Yeah.
that.
Englanders,
The Englanders
were like, what the hell? And
Yeah.
we had our waders on because we were splashing the water everywhere because we're breaking it down. We're
They
shaking
laughed
it out.
at us
We're
wearing waders.
They laughed at us wearing waders, but we're like all the way in the water.
You guys know what you're doing. You've been around the block long enough to know, especially in an area and an environment like that where waders are a staple in that kind of weather and that kind of environment. It's funny that they would laugh at you because the problem is when you have inexperienced individuals, they look at it as, well, I never thought of that before. Well, that's the reason why you're not catching gold. That's the reason why, you have to observe all the different tactics you can with what you've grown up with the knowledge that you have, and that'll actually excel your rate on catching gold.
Yeah, we were busting bedrock open. We were getting brushes and sweeping the bedrock.
They
were
thought we
laughing
were
at that. They
crazy
thought we
for
were crazy
sweeping the
at
bedrock. They were like, "What are you guys doing? Why do you have a
Eric-
broom out here?" Eric was
Eric
helping us.
breaking the bedrock. Was like, here's good material. Let's stiff
Get
this
in all the cracks. Yep.
Yeah, we wanted to see if there was a line of gold, which we actually did find. And going into the moraine, we actually found some good gold.
You guys are badass, man. I tell you what, holy shit. What a hell of a time.
It was just like, we didn't care that they were laughing at us. We didn't care that
Our main focus was to find
the
gold.
Gold.
Filming us. We didn't care they were following us. We didn't care that they were laughing. We didn't care. What we showed at the end of the day was the gold in the pan. And that's exactly what we did in our showdown. We was like, this is what we got. This is where it's at. And that was the best we could do for our team, right?
Right.
Because it was our team. We needed to be there.
Yeah. It boils down to the team. That's at the end of the day, especially something as big as that, something so remote. If you don't have the team to be able to back you in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to process and the ideas you have and the ideology of the experiences you have to be able to break down what you guys are trying to do, then obviously it's a broken team and it just doesn't work the way that you guys want it to work.
What miner is going to laugh at somebody digging? I mean,
seriously, I have to agree on that.
It was basically Greenlandic people and Ellie.
And Ellie, but they didn't understand that what we were doing was we were trying to find the where it was lying, where it was stuck at, where it was going, where the deposits, where are the deposits?
Because we were so close to the river, we knew if we dug too close, and we did, it got filled up with water. At that point, if you don't have what are you gonna do? You're just gonna dig yourself deep.
It'll just push straight out. Yep.
That's it.
Into the
main channel. And that's what ended up happening because they were looking for bedrock, and we're like, the bedrock is right there. Like it
was like literally right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was right there, and they actually decided to move everything to
Ray,
over where
Ray was over there by us too. Well, Christian was too. Us and Christian and Ray were all pretty much on the same page.
We were testing. He tested the lower waterfall. We tested the higher waterfall, but we were constantly in motion with everything. You test the lower part. We test the higher part. And Christian was like, let's test the moraine. We were like, let's go. Bam, bam, bam. We just kept testing all this stuff. And then it was like we were in really good flow, and then Ellie would come in, and then it would just be like, oh,
and we saw that we saw that in episode 4 or 5, I believe, and people were kind of like, why is she interfering with what you guys are doing if it's already established? Like, you guys had it all set up, you guys were running the dirt, and
it just made more sense. We can't go into a place we can't reach. It's going to take more diesel, more fuel. Let's get the easy gold first.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? The gold is here. Let's get the easy gold first. And then we can build our way back. And we can make our way back that way. But right now, this is where the easy gold is. Let's grab this. We only got a couple of weeks left. Let's do that. And let's go back there. I mean, it just made sense.
Well, and at the same time, on a positive note with that is there's a difference between understanding the ground and saying, hey, well, if we move to here, we could possibly find better gold. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case because it was all a random kind of, hey, let's look for tributaries. Let's look for this. Let's do this. And once you guys were on the gold, I don't understand why the producers and Ellie would want to change that up and say, well, this might be better. Well, you're spending all the diesel cost. You're spending the reset up. You're basically wasting time with the amount of limited time you have to find the gold you guys want to find. So why would you randomly expect a better gold producing spot? You see what I mean? It didn't make sense. And a lot of the viewers, we have tons of comments here that are just blowing up, just going wild. We got Facebook over here, we got StreamYard, we got YouTube. I'm gonna bring some of these comments up, but as a prospector, if the gold is good, and it's funny because if you look at it this way, commercially compared to a weekend warrior or someone who goes out every once in a while, commercial, obviously you have to look at it as a business standpoint, right? And as a business standpoint, it's a whole different ball game. There's much more involved with making sure that the money that is invested has already been statistically proven to be in the area that you are digging. With this kind of situation in case, that just wasn't what it was. And so in that specific situation, and I might be wrong, quote me, someone put it in the comments. I want to say it was episode 5 or episode 6. I don't remember which one it was. But yeah, being that person that changes the camp when you're on gold, that just sounded like an idiotic decision. Why would you do that? Because then you're going to prepare and set up to a next location, and now you're not finding gold. And now you wasted that much more expense just to get back to where you were finding gold. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
sure
why we were running 75 buckets a day. We were determined on eating loathing. We were looking for the deposit. We were looking for it. We found a good one. We're like, you know what? It's easy. It's right here. Let's go. You know,
while they were digging, over closer by the river trying to find the bedrock, we were running moss.
You're talking damn near 2 yards a day.
Yeah.
2 yards a day.
Oh, yeah.
Damn near.
Ask Ray.
That's
we're
a lot.
Like mules. We're like Tiffany and I. We're no joke. I will run it. If you ask me, run this dirt, I will run it. We will find out. We will text you. We will run it. That's our job.
That's a lot. You figure 75 buckets, and we're not going to go into technicals here. We're not going to go into technicals here, but as you guys know, in a general basis, right around 30 to 40 buckets, you're talking a yard. That's huge. That's hand dig.
Eric would help. We did have a good water pump, and also what sucked about that hose is like we used the hose for camp, right? So we used one hose. The hose. The hose would have to go to the camp half a mile or longer.
Wow.
And we have to carry the hose all the way back to run the dirt.
We couldn't run the dirt unless they were done.
Kim, it's your turn. Grab the hose. This shit's heavy.
They're not filming that. Like we're like literally working our like
we're working.
Yeah, I guess that's boring. We're not falling off cliffs or.
You guys, hey, I'll tell you right now, you guys were kicking ass and taking names, and that's why you guys have. I mean, even before the show, you guys have created such a staple for yourselves. And that's why I was so excited to bring you on the show. And then even after the show, like you guys showed just the amount of determination that you guys really truly have for something you do enjoy doing.
I love it.
And in the prospecting and mining community, that's huge because 95% of the time we go out and we don't get what we expect to go out and get. That's the reality of it.
But you got to understand, we're in another country. We're in a whole other place. Our mother is sick. We need the money. We are hitting it hard. Like
tenfold.
Privilege or whatever, whatever the case may be, wherever they came from or whatever, we didn't care. We were trying to find the gold for us, the team, whoever.
To take care of your guys' families. I agree.
Told us or not. You gave us an opportunity. We're gonna knock it out. We're gonna try to do our best. Only because that's what you brought us here to do. Unless you wanted us to drama, we could play drama all day long. But
in that situation, and in that situation, you guys, without making a name for yourselves, you guys have shown what it's worth to get out there and kick ass and really try to provide for your family. At the end of the day, that's what it boiled down to. Hey. You give me a fucking opportunity. You give me a fucking opportunity. I'm gonna take that to the next level, and you guys have no fucking clue what's gonna happen.
The motivation's completely changed at that point. You're not just going out to have a good time that weekend, see if you can find some gold. You're like, no,
I can provide for my family and my sick mom, and
that's
really
place far away.
And we're thinking, we gave being by our mother's bedside for this opportunity.
So we better make it count.
We better make it count, and that's exactly what we did. We did our best for Ray because Ray is an awesome person, and the team. Christian is like our brother.
Eric's an awesome guy. Eric's an awesome guy as well.
We don't know. He kind of went off the radar. We don't know where he is right now. But if you're listening, Eric, we love you so much.
And we miss you.
Eric,
Yeah.
I got to get you on the podcast. We have to have some fun.
Yeah, Eric is awesome. He's funny.
Yeah, he's on another level, but he doesn't care, and he's genuine in himself, and we dig that.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine. That's all you got to be in the community, and people love you for who you are, is genuine. Being genuine. That's for damn sure. All right. We have some comments flooding through, so I'm going to do the best I can. I got 2 different screens, 3 different windows. Holy hell.
We got a bunch of people arguing over how many buckets are in the yard.
Oh, God.
Not a bunch of
do.
people. Not a bunch of people. But it's
Oh,
kinda
God. See, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I said the general.
But we didn't have regular buckets though. We had like some weird buckets. They weren't
Greenland buckets.
They were Greenland buckets.
The AU twins, guys, the AU twins had Greenland buckets. So I don't know what fucking buckets those are, but that's the buckets they had. Okay, so for everybody arguing in the comments, let's go ahead and put this to bed real quick. First and foremost, with the whole bucket count thing, I can say Jim, Tom, Bob, and Paul say that they ran this many buckets and it's a yard. Statistically speaking, if I was like a scientist and said it's to this milligram or to this, yardage is ran specifically through a US 5-gallon bucket. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me on it. I don't give a shit. What we're trying to come across is the amount of buckets they ran. If you watch the show, were damn near close enough to what I was saying in range. Now, I'm not saying it's an exact amount. I'm saying a ballpark. So if you ever went to a baseball game and there's a massive field and they say, oh, on the left side, on the left field, well, you have no fucking clue where that ball is going to land. And that's what I'm trying to come across. So let's put that to bed.
I just have go to Mexico, rent a car, and you've got, kilometers per hour and miles per hour. No. That's kind of
no.
5-gallon buckets and Greenland buckets.
For one, miles per hour, kilometers, 5-gallon, 3-gallon, 2-gallon, 1,000-gallon. I don't give a shit. They ran a ton of buckets, and it was a lot. And I gave up
to make an educated decision on if that was a good spot or not. Right?
Yeah.
75 of those we're gonna run, and 75 of those we're gonna run, and 75 of those we're gonna run. Yeah, we're gonna see what we got.
And if you watched episode 3, they're sweating their fucking asses off. So obviously they ran a good amount of buckets.
Yes. I mean that's all
So,
we had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to run with what you got. So with that being said, I got to come back up to, I got to do it, man.
Yeah,
I got to do it.
I
got to do it.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, buddy.
So Don Wentz says, wait, Aero car in Mexico, how many snores per hour as passenger? I have to say probably.
Gosh, I never knew prospectors are so technical.
Ow, that hurt my cheeks. Damn, Don, you actually hurt my cheeks from laughing. Holy shit. Probably a lot. I could not give you a justification on that, to be honest with you. Wow. Holy.
Well, I was sleeping well.
Oh, man. Oh, we got Ray Russo in the building. We have Ray Russo in the building. So let's pop this bad boy up here. He says, Mr. Ray Russo. He says, I still say we screwed up. I should have built the sluice the first week and had been dredging the black sands at the water line.
Yeah.
First and foremost, AU Twins, give him a shout out. Errol Bremer, give him a shout out. Mr. Ray Russo, good to see you in the building. Phenomenal guy. We all love you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Love Ray.
In fact. So, all right. So let's see if I can. Holy moly, 7,200. Oh, 237. let's try here. Let's give it a shot. Let's see here. So, Dan Zoller says, I would love to have to watch the show. So I will tell you right now, like I just said, We do have the Weather Channel actually streaming the first 3 episodes of season 1. It'll be Saturday, March 4th at 3 p.m. for episode 1, season 1. The second episode right thereafter is 4 p.m. on the Weather Channel, season 1, episode 2. And then, in fact, I actually have details that talks about each episode, but it's like this long, so it's not going to happen. So, March 4th at 5 p.m. on the Weather Channel, season 1, episode 3. It's called Monster Machines. So, if you have time to watch it, get your ass over there on the freaking Weather Channel and watch those first 3 episodes. Absolutely phenomenal.
Please
It is
do.
a lot of fun. It
We're
is
still
a lot of
contracted
fun.
for 3 seasons. So if they get more people liking it, we might go back out. You never know.
I'll tell you what,
I'd love to go back.
in fact, let's give some damn love over to the AU Twins. Get over there, watch those damn freaking episodes. They are absolutely phenomenal. They're a lot of fun, and I'll tell you what,
You look
we
crazy.
need to see more. We need to see more of the AU Twins on like season 5, season 6, season 7, where they have an actual trommel. They're going to town and they're running 75 Greenland buckets. And they're just kicking ass. They're kicking ass and they're taking names. That's no more buckets. We got a D10 over there. We got a D10 just scooping up freaking half a yard, right?
Do it. Let's do it. 75.
Oh man, let's see
In
here.
Greenland, it's a D7.5.
It's a 7.5 or a 9.5. It's not quite a 10, a D10. Yeah, the bucket's just 0.5 smaller for whatever reason. I don't know why. That's how they manufactured them over there in Greenland. Jesus.
We're all in the floor over the bucket.
Oh, let's see here. We got tons more comments here. Don Wentz says, "Hey Ray, we miss you on Facebook, dude." Yes, we do. In fact, we miss you a lot, Ray Russo. You're a phenomenal guy. Let's see. We got a Facebook user that says, "Love what you did, Ray. Absolutely awesome." Let's see here. Oh, we got some more awesome comments here. Facebook user says, "I love it there. Just keeping it real. You ladies rock." Heck yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah. The thing is with StreamYard and what we're trying to do here on the podcast, if you guys do want your name in the comments that we pop up in the podcast, it's super simple. Log into StreamYard, absolutely free, doesn't cost any money. Put your username in there, and then when we pop these comments up on the podcast, especially with the badass AU Twins, you could have your name up there, and we can talk and go from there, and it's a lot of fun. So with that being said, we got a few more. Let's see. This one's kind of different. Remember the song "Down in the Ditch, You'll Never Get Rich"? I don't know where that's from, so please go ahead and let us know where that's from.
Sounds like a sad song. Yeah.
Yeah. So Don Wentz says it.
We did for the show.
Right.
Yeah. You want us
Yeah.
to sing that? We will sing that for you.
Get over there and get the AU Twins on the next season. Now, go.
Yes.
Don Wentz says it made for good TV. I'm sure the producers, though, Prospector Logic, the producers were high. Well, we don't know that, and we never will know that. We will never know that. So that's the case, Don. Thanks, Don. Love you to death. Jeez Louise. Holy moly.
Stirring the pot. Stirring the
Yeah,
pot.
yeah. Let's just whip it up real quick, right?
Greenland don't have nothing. Not even
Yeah.
drugs.
Unfortunately. Exactly. Cat's out the bag now, everybody. Cat's out the bag.
No drugs.
And this is why you want to watch the behind the scenes.
This makes it even better. This is the digging deeper. We're digging deeper. Make sure to tune in.
Nothing.
Oh, geez, lovely. Let's see. So SDI does have a good fact. He says, it's amazing how little exploration has been done on Greenland. It poses so many different variables, from geology to logistics to climate. It's a tough area to mine. I agree, SDI. I agree 110%.
Yes.
That
Yes,
is
the
for
AEX
sure.
mine is a multi-million-dollar deposit, but it has gone bankrupt several times and exchanged hands several times because how difficult it is to get equipment over. So if something breaks down, they have live-in people on the site they take care of until they get that one piece to continue mining. They have gone bankrupt several times. The gold is there.
Seven to be exact. 7 different bankruptcies. Well, I've talked to 2
or 3. That's more.
7, 3, 7, 7, 3. One of those.
Several.
Who knows? One of those. Who knows?
More than one.
Yeah, more than one, that's for sure. No, bless their souls. They'll get it right. You know, as everything goes, you know, if you look at it this way, all the different channels we watch and the shows produced, it starts out as a very true, genuine type of situation, and it has to sell. That's the reality of it. It has to sell, right? And so they have different situations that come into play, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but the reality of it is when you watch a show, Kimberly, Tiffany, when you watch a show, it has to be exciting. It has to be fun. It has to be enjoyable. But at the same time, it still has to be real. There has to be a real point about it where you feel for that person. You're excited for that person. You wish that person the best in what they're doing, right? And unfortunately, with the way that things have changed in social media, is it's not cable subscription where, hey, I pay this amount a month and I'm going to watch it and enjoy it. It's, well, if it's not good, then I'm not going to watch it. You see what I mean? So there's so many different variables that go into all that different stuff. And even with it being on the Weather Channel, like, it was super exciting to see what was going on in Greenland. Like, what? The Weather Channel? Greenland? AU Twins? Eric? Ray Russo? What the hell is going on? I gotta watch. I was on the edge of my seat, you know, and by episode 5 in season 1, it was like, wow, okay, they're starting to get their gist on what they're trying to do and what they want to do and their end goal. And everybody was rooting for you guys. Everybody was super excited to see what the end goal was, the cleanup and the area in which you guys were prospecting. Because like we just had the comment pop up, it said straightforward. There's so much unknown about Greenland and the actual gold deposits that are over there that we have no damn clue. But little do we know, because there's not been enough equipment, not been enough scientific research over there. And for all we know, it could be the next everyday gold rush. It really could.
Yeah,
it really
and
could.
That's exactly why we went over there, because we know that there was gold out there, but the amount of it, we just, you know, there's not enough information.
Yeah, there isn't. And, you know, it's easy to watch those shows in Australia and Alaska where there's no deposits and, you know,
where it's known.
Get in, and they're going to get all that gold and stuff like that. Literally, you sent people
to a rock,
to
no trees, no animals.
The sisters getting food brought to them. They have no clue what this is. This is kind of slimy, so I'm not eating this. Like,
we don't even know what's going on, right? We have no clue. So that's familiar. Like, people are upset because they only got that much gold. Hey, you go to someplace that nobody ever knew anything about.
You go to Greenland, have 17 people laughing at you while you're actually cleaning bedrock, which would you do in the lower 48 of the states.
Exactly. We're doing the best we can with the knowledge we have. Nobody's ever prospected it. And so far, what it really does look like is that the deposits are so sporadic, like we call them pockets, you know, like
patches or pockets. Yeah, patches, yeah.
And we don't know. So the bedrock goes like this or that or whatever. We don't know exactly how things moved out there. We have geologists who think they know exactly everything, but not in every fjord. You know, not in every place that's in Greenland. And we were working with one fjord that our claim owner had. And it was difficult, it was hard, but we prospected and we did the best that we could.
There wasn't a time we were like, I mean, I was working and so stressed that I had shingles across my back, and I took off one day, and I was like, I need to go back again. I can't my team, everything.
Yeah,
you know,
it was hard. It was hard, but we did.
You guys made the gold happen. That's what continued the episodes, was you guys fucking digging those Greenland buckets and fucking pushing that gold through the sluice. Reality. Like, seriously, if you go back.
Had to, because we all had jobs. Ray, he had to. So
I agree.
when they do find the gold, and that's how I know Ray had faith in us, because he was like, when they do find the gold, we need to have something to run it through. So that's what his main focus was. Christian was like, we need a place to stay. He
built
the whole camp,
did all that.
you know, and we're like, you know, we see them working hard, we see them sweating hard, we see them doing everything their part, you know, which made us work even harder. We need to find the gold, not only for us, but for them and our mother and our families. Like, that was just it. Like, there was no choice. That was it. And even our producer, Sam, was like, we have no gold, we have no show. He was like, you guys seen us in the rain. He's seen us in pouring down rain.
Yeah.
Bring it in the gold, bring it in whatever we could, putting it to the total amount, like whatever we could, that's what we did. And that's what we do anytime we go anywhere. With you, with them, with whoever. If we're going out, we're going to work our butts off. That's just how we are.
Well, and you guys.
It's funny how television works, isn't it? Because they're like, you have to have gold or the show doesn't succeed.
But it wasn't like that.
We're not going to give you anything to get it, and we're not going, and we're going to put you somewhere where it may exist.
Sam was so personal. Like, Sam, he's the one who did Gold Rush, the beginning of Gold Rush, right? But Sam was such a good person, and he literally, he did everything he could. He got us the excavator on his own dime for a couple of more days. Like, he wanted to make
Ray did that too. Ray gave everybody a gold button of his own.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We had good gold.
Yeah.
Like,
we had the excavator.
This was a team effort. Like, I have hella respect for all the producers that actually, especially
Sam. So Sam. Yeah. So Alex is one of the producers for Discovery Channel that actually like goes through all the training scripts, all that.
Right.
Little be known, everybody watching right now, Sam was kicked off of that initial first season with Gold Rush because of monetary situations. And we're not going to go any further into that. Right. Sam is like full blown into this whole situation. Like, he'll put his own money up. Sam's a phenomenal guy. And I
see what's behind him too. He has a wife and a daughter, and he's
a full-blown family man. Full-blown.
He's like, I want to be successful. If you guys aren't successful, we aren't successful. And we were a team. And seeing that passion in his eyes also drew us even further. We're like, you know, let's do it for him.
Yeah, it motivated you guys to get that much further.
Yeah. I mean, we had to. There was no choice. We were there. The Weather Channel put up money.
We didn't want to fail.
We didn't want to assholes.
Well, even looking like assholes, you guys had something predetermined in your mind to get things done. Aside from TV, aside from the show, aside from this, that, and the other, you guys had a predetermined situation that you guys wanted to do and accomplish, and you guys did it, and you guys went above and beyond. It wasn't your guys' fault that you guys didn't find enough gold. It wasn't your guys' fault that you didn't have adequate equipment. It wasn't your guys' fault that the audio engineer and the sound engineer, and everybody knows this, the prospecting and mining community sees things on a different perspective, a different spectrum. They all see it differently. And with TV is a whole different ballgame than what you're actually doing with boots on the ground, making things happen. It's a huge different situation that people don't understand. You can sit on your couch and say, oh, well, Kimberly and Tiffany didn't do this, or, oh, well, this producer should have done. That's not how the ball game works. No. And people don't see that. People don't realize how much more you're involved in something that you really are like embodied in, trying to make things happen, trying to really do things for your family. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's not like we went to some fancy place after every episode or nothing. We were on that plane. We lived in those cabins.
Right.
And we ate top ramen. We ate like it was that was real. It wasn't like we crew.
Yeah, seriously.
The crew would go go back to the
Personal chef.
personal
Be
chef.
safe.
and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, big old RV or the fucking hotel. No,
We
yeah.
didn't have none of that shit. We lived in a tarp.
No, I'm saying the producers. I'm saying the producers.
They would stay there every
So-
now and then, but they would
Yeah.
take the hour trip to
Yeah.
the houses that we had and stuff like that. But the teams, all of our team,
We
except for
wanted to
Ellie,
stay.
Yeah.
she would
Because
go with them.
Because it
but-
would take too long to get to the hotel to the mining claim, and we only had so much time to be there, so we didn't want to waste time and go back to the whatever that shit was. We wanted to make
Yeah.
sure we were there, whatever to mine. Yes, there was a time when we did not have hot water, and Ellie on her YouTube
The twins, how
they
they
like
hot water.
glamping. They need hot water. Mind you, we have been there for a month without hot water. Okay. And if you know girls, we have
Yeah, that was her
We
14th
need
video.
hot
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Yep.
We were like, we need to wash up, and she was like, they're used to glamping. It's
No,
like,
if
no,
you-
no.
Yep.
And with us, we hardcore dry camp.
Yes.
We wash in the river.
Yeah,
if it's
I'll say something. I'll say something that will blow everybody's mind here, and I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say nothing too crazy, but to say or to prove something that you guys are talking about right now, there is a specific individual that I am good friends with. Arrow, you know exactly who I'm talking about, and everybody in the moderators board and PB knows who I'm talking about. But obviously, this is kind of a real situation with TV. I am constantly talking to a specific individual that has told me on certain shows that are out there, and this is real. This is contracts. We're talking producers. We're talking, millions of views on TV. We're talking, and I can't say something specific on who it is or this, that, and the other, but we're talking spending 3 months to 4 months in a fucking camper with no hot water, with low to no propane, with basic primitive camping supplies, just to make the show go on for the first 2 to 3 seasons. And this is factual. This is not opinionated. This is factual shit. So what you guys are saying, I embody and understand completely the amount of shit you guys had to go through with a show that just came off and kicked off as its first go around. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. And I honestly don't think that the guys who sit on their couch or the women who sit on the couch and it's like, oh, well, yeah, they could have done this. They could have done that. Let me just change the channel. And you're in a nice warm house with a fireplace going and your belly's full of food.
It's cold, and the only warmth that we want is a nice warm shower. Please.
Boom. Huge.
Like,
Yeah, let me take a nice warm shower and clean myself as a natural human being. I agree.
It's like, oh God, because they took her on took her to go see a polar bear and all this other shit, right? But us, we were mining again 75 Greenland nuggets a day, and we were doing our thing, but that's what we did. But when they came back, when all of them decided to bring that boat back, we were like, look, we need hot water. And so on her YouTube, she's talking shit about us saying, they need hot water.
That's her 14th video. For everybody watching, that's her 14th video. And the thing is with her is she really, I'm not going to fine gray line here, but I'm trying to get you guys to understand as viewers, with interviewing the AU twins and Tiffany and Kimberly with what actually they went through. It was kind of a different situation. And when you actually watch the actual raw YouTube videos of the folks that were on that team and what they talk about and how they talk about it, you get a real definition as a prospector and as a miner, who's real and who's not, and what they're saying as a person. You know what I mean? So when you bring a team and you go out and you try to do something that they went and did, you'll obviously get to know those individuals very, very quickly. It doesn't take much time. And then when you all get back home and you guys got, food and this, that, and the other, and you go over and you watch this YouTube channel or this YouTube channel, sitting back on your couch with your nice fireplace and this, that, and the other, I don't think you guys really comprehend the amount of stuff that certain individuals went through trying to make things happen, not only for their family, but for that actual media company, it's a whole different ballgame. I don't think people really truly understand like the full involvement on people who really need things in their life to make a positive change. I don't understand that a lot of folks really truly understand that. I really don't.
There really wasn't much to work with when we got there. We had a very
Right.
small excavator. We didn't have much to work with. So we were just doing our best with what we had. And mind you, like I said, we're on this isolated rock in the middle of nowhere. Trying to order things takes months. And that was not the time we had. We didn't have months to wait for a certain something, you know. But luckily we had someone like Ray who could, you know, fabricate and make things that we needed. You know, the best that he could. And I'm literally telling you that this is not like anywhere that has shops or anything. There's no people. We were the only
No, we saw that in a couple different episodes. We saw that in a couple different episodes where the camera panned out.
Yes, and you could have gotten that. Oh, really?
Yeah, the camera panned out. Yeah, and it was a dirt road with like, it was a dirt road with a couple different like half-ass houses, and we're like, holy, like me, I was like, holy shit! Like they're literally in the middle of nowhere with like nothing, and they're doing the best they can.
Crazy, but I would go back again because the last 8 days we were actually finally mining, finally getting some progress.
You guys had your gist, yeah. Well, we got a comment here. Arrow, I know I'm going to get flack for this. I don't know if I should post it. I don't know if you saw that from Evergreen Prospectors.
Hey,
no, I didn't. Skin. No, I'm watching Facebook.
Our skin is tough.
Oh, man. Holy moly.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to post it. It's going to be live. I don't know. Fine gray line here, guys. Fine gray line. Okay, that's where PB's at. But the Digging Deeper podcast is separated. So with the PB podcast is different from the PB family. And we love to be able to, when we talk about digging deeper, we're talking about raw, uncut, you know, swearing this, that, and the other. We've made a staple in our Facebook page that we talk about, and we say, hey, the Digging Deeper podcast talks about raw events, things that actually happen. No, well, technically yes, but a lot of it does get bleeped out on Facebook. YouTube and StreamYard, it doesn't really get, you know, so we're good to go. But as far as that goes, she has to go to the bathroom.
She's gone. It's magic.
Well, you guys, there she went. But anyway, so we have a comment here from Evergreen Prospectors. Ellie, this is the situation. Reach out to me if you have a problem situation, hit run error, and we can discuss it at a different time. But Evergreen Prospectors, and this is just an opinion. This is not a factual thing, obviously. And as a fine gray line on YouTube, on StreamYard, you know, we try to get to the raw and uncut things, right? So Evergreen Prospectors, love you to death. He says, Ellie was just trying to sell her this and that. So that's an opinion that you have. I appreciate it. I love it. Everybody that's commenting right now, obviously you guys have your own opinion, and I appreciate it. I love it. I enjoy it. With that being said, we all have our own opinions on the team that was on Frozen Gold. And if that was the case in your opinion, hey, I love all the opinions. That's why we have our podcast called the Digging Deeper Podcast, right? It's digging deeper. We're digging down to the good stuff. We're not sitting here in pre-recorded podcasts where we're cutting this out and cutting that out. It's live. Well, let's make it happen. So anyway, so we have a few more comments here that we're going to go ahead and display.
This is my niece, Kaya, Kim's daughter. She's kind of sitting in.
What's her name again?
Her name is Kaya. She's only 14.
Kaya, good to see you. All right, so we got Kaya on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. She's a prospector for sure.
All right, so everybody give a freaking shout out to Kaya. Good to have you in the building tonight in the Digging Deeper podcast. That's right. You have to prove your worth now. with Kimberly and Tiffany. So if you don't prove your worth and find that gold, we got
And
problems.
make sure you look good doing it.
Yeah.
She found a few arrowheads last time we were out, and I was amazed. How do you find that? Yeah, they were.
That's even better. In fact, I'll tell you what, you have to get over to Jim McIntyre's Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp, and you guys get over there. You stick her on some of the land that Jim has. It's super cheap to get over there, and you can find prehistoric freaking artifacts. I shit you not. I'm not even joking. We're talking back east. Good, phenomenal friend of mine, Jim McIntyre, Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp on Facebook. Look him up. You guys would have a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Ton of fun. So we have some comments we're going to run through real quick.
Okay.
Let's see here. Evergreen says, what was the other show where they found rubies while looking for gold? I don't know.
It might have been frozen gold.
I don't know. You guys have to do a little bit more research because unfortunately I don't have enough research for you guys to understand. Let's see
there
here.
are rubies there. Well, what the thing was Ellie, when she went to go look for rubies at that gold mine with that guy, the whole point of her going there was to convince him if we were finding the gold deposit that, you know, we wanted, that maybe we could switch over to rubies because there's really good rubies there, right? But instead of doing that, she kind of a little bit selfish and was just asking him for rubies. But the whole point of her going over there was to maybe secure a second line of mining for us. And I was upset at that because I'm like, that's not, you didn't go on that some personal trip. That trip was for the team, just in case the gold thing wasn't working out.
Yeah, secondary kind of thing.
Yeah, secondary things. But instead, it turned into some personal trip to get rubies. And that's not why she was sent there. She was sent there to see if we can work for that young man. But
just wasn't the case. It just wasn't the case. It just wasn't the case. We got another comment here. Dan Brown says, a cubic yard, 32 to 34 buckets. There we go. So let's put that to bed real quick. Where is Ray on YouTube? My golly, everybody, all my mods, can we please put a comment down there for Ray Rusaw's YouTube channel? I don't want to sit here and spend 5-10 minutes. We got a lot of good comments we got to run through here. It's getting late in the night. We got really good stuff to sit here and explain. So all my mods, Tina, Rob, let's make it happen. Let's get Ray Rusaw's YouTube page posted up in the comments. That way this Facebook user actually has a link that he can click on or she can click on and actually go check out Ray Rusaw. Awesome, dude. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right, so we got tons more. Holy crap. Jeez Louise.
And she's back. Hello.
Back in the building. Holy moly. Ray Rusaw says, yep, I've been lurking. So that's, I don't know whether that's I don't know whether that's weird or not, but Ray, we all love you. You can lurk all you want.
He made it fun. He was kind of like, you know, the gel that kind of kept us all together. He's just. So I got a question that just popped up in the YouTube comments here.
What is the best memory of the time you guys filmed was with Ray Rusaw?
Is it the belly button?
Oh my God.
Oh, here we go. We getting into some good stuff here. All right, let's go.
I don't know what the belly button was even about.
Me neither. He just walked in and one of the camera guys' belly button was stuck to his.
He had photoshopped a picture of his belly button, and Ray would call him Round Eyes. For some reason, this guy's belly button was plastered all over Ray's face everywhere. And we're like, okay.
Oh, geez. Wow, Mr. Belly Button.
What's going on that we are
Yeah,
just
some
like,
pranks, some boy pranks.
So, Ray, if you're watching right now, when I get you back on the show in like April or May, I'm going to be like, we have co-host Errol Bremer and Jaron Colnane with Mr. Belly.
yeah, you definitely have to ask him what that was about.
Yeah.
Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. So we have another comment here. SDI Prospecting says, there needs to be a season 2. It's the best show going, in my opinion. I agree. It's raw.
Weather Channel, please send Weather Channel all
Get the AU twins back on. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's get more buckets. 75 Greenland buckets. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. Can y'all come out?
Let's go. I'm going to go through some more comments here, but I'm also going to go ahead and post our YouTube channel in the banner down there. That way, you guys can subscribe, get your asses over there, show them some love. Oh, let's see here. Wow. Okay. So another one from SDI. He says, what is appealing for me is the cast. I can relate to them for obvious reasons. They're all prospectors at heart and have the same passion for the hunt as we do. I agree with you there. I really do agree with you. To be honest with you,
Well,
I mean,
when we came home, it's not like we put our shovels down and relaxed. We went out. We were out again here in California. I missed California.
The Roaring Gold Show video you guys have on your YouTube page is absolutely phenomenal. You guys were like, let's go. What are we doing here? Let's go. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's beeping. Oh, it's so exhilarating. You're like, oh, fuck yeah. Okay. I got to watch this video. They better find gold at the end of this video because it's more than 5 minutes. So I got to see some gold at the end of this damn video. It's
just running around like crazy girls.
Yeah.
I'll post something. At least you're gonna see some gold, some shiny at the end.
Oh, God.
No, that's that's the fun part about it. At the end of the day, is being able to actually enjoy the bounty. I guess you could say. You know, when you go out, you spend so much money in gas and this, that, and the other. You know, you have the euphoria. She's like, yeah, this one. Jeez Louise. Yeah. No, when you get in the vehicle and you have that euphoria feeling, you get to camp and you're pre-packing or unpacking, excuse me, and you get everything all set up and you're ready to rock and roll. That whole euphoria feeling you have pre-mindset before you actually get on the field is what is so exciting because like the 9-day road trip that me, Arrow, and Rob went on. So I hadn't met Rob before this road trip. I hadn't met Arrow before this road trip. We had conference calls we do every other Tuesday, and we talk and we talk and we talk. And it's been over a year, and I feel like I've known these guys my whole life. And we all planned this 9-day road trip. We're talking a 9-day road trip where, well, do we have enough money for gas? Well, do we have enough? Fuck it, let's go. So we planned this road trip. We're like, let's fucking do it and see what happens, right? Yeah. And so Rob shows up first, and he took a train. He was on a train for like 2-3 days from Ohio to Washington. And I pick him up at the train station, and I'm like, dude, what's up, man? And I felt like I've known him my whole life. Nice. And then I told Rob, like, let's do a fire in my backyard, man. Let's wait for Arrow. Arrow's on his fucking way. And we've always talked shit about Arrow. I love you, Arrow. And we always called him a gremlin because before his display. I don't know
why. I don't know how I became the whipping boy, but I did. I did become the whipping boy.
There's a reason. It's because when we changed co-hosts for the podcast was having a lot of fun, right? And things kind of took a turn, and I'm like, I need a co-host. So I reached out to Arrow. Arrow's like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. Let's do it. And his face was like this each podcast, and it was pitch black. And so he looked like Smeagol. I love you, Arrow, and I'm not talking shit. But his face was super dark, and he had no lighting. Oh, he's pissed at me now.
He's totally
God.
That was one episode. You know, you just jump in, just get.
Oh, he's pissed out. My God, holy shit!
He's got to point it out.
But there was a podcast where, his face was all blue, and I'm like, oh, Smeagol, welcome Smeagol, and we were all bullshitting and talking shit. And so,
he just thinks
Errol,
everybody's red.
we all love you.
He thinks
Errol,
everybody is red.
Errol, we all love you, okay? We love you. We give you loves, man. You're good. But no, so anyway, so I assumed that he was short. I was like, okay, well, he must be super close because he's just a short guy. So I'm like, all right, no worries. So he shows up in a Nissan Titan, or what was it? Nissan Titan or a Toyota Titan. I don't know what it was, but it was
See, there you go. There you go. That's all you need to know. It's a Toyota Titan and Nissan Tundra.
It was a Titan. I know. I'm a Chevy guy. I don't have much information.
It's a Toyota Tundra. Come on.
There we go. Okay. So he shows up in a Toyota Tundra, and we're sitting by the campfire, and I'm chilling back like this. I'm like, all right, Errol's here. And he jumps out the car, and he's taller than the fucking truck. And I'm like, what the Smeagol? No, he's taller than me. He's actually taller than me. And he's giving me a hug like this. And I'm doing this kind of thing like a Kevin Hart kind of deal. And I'm like, dude, what the is going on? Dude, like, what? And he was like, yeah, you thought I was just a little short guy, but I'm actually really tall. And it just kind of, when you meet people that you've never prospected with, it's just a whole different ball game. And it was such a phenomenal situation. Yeah.
Well, how tall is he?
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun.
There was my first time meeting a real live lumberjack.
with a 9-volt circular saw, right? With a 9-volt.
Whatever beat me binding.
I thought it was 3.7.
It was actually. You're right. It was a DeWalt. No, yeah, it was something like that. We got to the first camping spot.
Like some old Ryobi kit, 3.7 volts, something we used in the trade like 40 years ago.
Yeah, he's like, well, how are we going to cut up wood? And I took out my old 1980s circular saw, and I'm like, oh, I got plenty of batteries. And I'm sitting here trying to cut up wood in like the pouring rain, and it's not cutting the wood. And like, it's not happening. I'm halfway up the fucking mountain trying to cut these little tiny ass pieces of wood, and my circular saw is jamming. And he's like, oh, I thought you had us taken care of. 9-day road trip, this circuit. And I'm like, dude, it'll work. And I'm just like, nah. And it's like this thick of wood. It was bad.
Mind you,
it was so bad.
Mind you, before we left, I brought an axe with me, the whole 9 yards.
It was brutal. And, that's how it works in the prospecting community.
In the truck.
You don't know until you meet that person, right? And unfortunately, you had to meet my dumbass who thought 1980s batteries that have never probably been charged or very lowly charged was going to take care of us for firewood for the whole 9 days. Yeah, let's fucking make it happen. Fuck it. I don't care.
This guy had a battery in the tent with a fan going. Oh, you can charge your phones if you need it. I'm like, what kind of fucking outdoorsman is this guy? 3.7 volt charging fucking station. What are we doing here?
Oh, I'm gonna get so much shit for that. I should not have announced that.
Beforehand, I'm like, I'm gonna bring my own tent, okay? He's like, no, we all need to fucking sleep in the same tent. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He's got this giant house. And
it was a big tent.
I left all my tents back. It was a really big tent, and everything was fine until I felt the first drip of water hit my forehead.
The third day in. Yeah. The third day in, we all wake up. It's like 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. The sun ain't even come up, and we hear Rob McGuire, and Rob's like, fuck this, fuck that. And we're like, what's up, dude? Like, what's happening? He's like, oh, my clothes are fucking soaking wet, and they were inside the fucking tent. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. His whole like bag of clothes was like soaked, and we had nowhere around us. I felt so bad, and it was just one little drip in the corner, right where he put his bag. That's just.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's the thing. You don't realize.
It was a good trip. It was an awesome trip. I wouldn't trade it.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Well, and by like the fourth day, he came up to us and he's like, "You guys don't stink." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Well, usually I camp with people and they stink, but the tent actually smells good. It doesn't stink." I'm like, "Okay, that's all right." Like,
you're gonna take what you can take. Come on, you know, if you camp enough with other people, at some point you're gonna be sleeping in the same tent with somebody. You're like, damn, next time I'm bringing my own tent. I'm bringing my own tent.
He's like, you guys don't. Yeah, and I've never heard that in my entire life camping with people. And he's like, you guys don't stink. I'm like, is that a compliment or is that like? Yeah, it was.
What is that?
That was just being grateful.
Where's your work phone?
Oh man, jeez Louise.
Yeah, maybe I just had the misfortune of the one time camping with somebody who had terrible feet, and I from that time on was like, yeah, I'm in my own tent. There, this is not happening anymore.
This is not the business. This is
Yeah, something else, that's for sure. We got a few more comments and then we got some awesome questions before we wrap up the podcast. We do have some really good questions that I'd love to ask about the Frozen Gold first season and what you guys had to actually endure aside from the gold, aside from the food, things that you guys like actually took to heart and things that you guys had to actually overcome. Before we get into those really juicy questions after some of the comments here, there's a couple more things I want to talk about, but what we'll do is we'll jump back to the comments that are actually going crazy right now on Facebook, on StreamYard, on YouTube. So a few of the questions here, a few of the comments here is, let's see, Matthew Rudisil. If I said that wrong, smack me sideways. He says, got my prospecting buddy hoodie and t-shirts to support, and now I love them. I appreciate the support, man. You guys, Matthew, get over there, support the AU Twins, get their asses back on for another season. They're phenomenal people. They love what they do, and they're all about the gold. Make it happen. Let's see here. We got another one. Ice Cold Gold. That's right. They were kicking ass and taking names over there. Phenomenal individuals. You will never run across phenomenal individuals that we have on the podcast like you do tonight. That's for sure. And I will sit here and say it multiple times over. Let's see. Glenn Silva says, that's what I typed, Ice Cold Gold. Glenn Silva, my dude. So I will say it one more time to make sure that you understand what is going on. So the Weather Channel, go to Google, type in what the Weather Channel is. It's broadcasted across all the different cable stations. It's broadcasted across all the different apps. In fact, if you want, you can actually download the Weather Channel app if you have a smart TV. Saturday, March 4th, 3 p.m., Season 1, Episode 1. It's going to be phenomenal. Get over there. The second freaking episode of Season 1 is the hour after, March 4th, 4 p.m., same day, hour after. It's going to be a phenomenal episode. And then, in fact, like I just said, Saturday, March 4th, 5 p.m. is going to be Season 1, Episode 3. You can't miss it. So if you have any other problems aside from that, give me your hits, runs, errors, concerns, and I'll make sure that I will get you guys on Season 1 on any of the episodes you guys want to watch. Let's get back to the comments. Hopefully that got taken care of, Mr. Glenn Silva. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. We got tons more. Holy crap. If we're not busting your balls, you're just in the okay list, Arrow Bremer.
That's real talk right there.
Oh, geez, Louise, Don, holy moly. Let's see, probably there. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Another one. Let's see. Oh, geez, Louise, we gotta make it happen. Don Wentz says Arrow was shocked though. He went into the tent and it smelled good. How is that possible? Holy moly! Holy moly!
Now, I just want to be clear. I didn't walk in and go, "You smell good." I walked in and said, "It doesn't stink in here." There is a difference.
AU twins, absolutely badass sisters. Would watch them 10 times over. Thank you. Comment on YouTube. Let's see. Kim is
because usually we just hear people talking shit about the show 9 times out of 10.
No, there's you guys got a good following and people genuinely love what you guys are about.
It wasn't easy. That wasn't easy. She ain't tearing up because it was easy. She's tearing up because it was hard. It was hard. They didn't show exactly how hard it was on us. It was hard. Being away from my kids for 3 months, that's hard. Hard.
Oh yeah. I got a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old, and I can only imagine.
At the time, she was 7, and my son was 10. So that was hard.
That's tough.
My husband, he did his thing.
He made it happen.
He made it happen because he plays professional. Well, he did play professional baseball. He was born in London, and when we first got together, he had an opportunity to play for Great Britain in the Olympic trials. And his job was like, you can't go or you're going to get fired. And I told him, go, do your thing. I will hold down the fort for you. I will take care of everything, make sure everything. He got to go do that. So it was, he felt just fine repaying.
Embodied. He felt embodied being able to do something that he actually genuinely enjoys. That's what it's about. That's what it's about in our life is being able to actually
and family and the things that they want to do and succeed. It's not all about the money, and sometimes it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's
about the journey 100%.
To all of the details because they're important, and you never want to run too fast. That destination will be there, but the journey is part
the journey's the next level of it, and that's the biggest thing that I can tell all the viewers. Seriously, the journey I can't describe enough. And I have to be 100% honest with this. And the way my opinion goes is if you don't go and do that or experience that and you come back home, are you able to really tell the story that you should have told by going and doing that and enjoying what you went and experienced? You'll never be able to tell that story to your kinfolk, to your nephews, to your nieces, to your daughters.
Never live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda-s, Don't
exactly.
Woulda-s. Get out there.
Do it.
Live your life. Don't be scared of the outdoors and the adventure and things like that. Decide
do it.
Be afraid of things. And the world is beautiful, and it's a beautiful place out there. Much beautiful adventures to be had.
Massive. It's massive. It's huge.
Just don't be scared and get out there,
Yeah.
We've got a fairy tale land here in Washington. I said we've got a few fairy tale land.
You're cutting out the arrow. You're cutting out the arrow. Say it again.
I said we got tons of fairy tale lands here in Washington.
Oh, I heard they found a new deposit in Washington.
Rockford.
Oh. Yeah. They found it a while ago. His news story.
She's like, I got my metal detector. Let's go.
Oh, hey.
Let's go. Let's do it. All right, let's go. It's a plan. Oh, man. We got a couple more comments and then one main question, and then we will end the night on that note. Let's see here. We have, oh, wow. Holy crap. Tons of comments here. Oh, geez Louise. Holy crap. All right. Let me try to grab one of these. I'm trying. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
What?
I apologize if I wasn't able to ask some of the questions. We are actually up at 357 comments just on Facebook alone. We're at right around 460 on YouTube, and then StreamYard, we're sitting right around 410. So I'm trying my best. My mods are doing the best they can. They're personally messaging me, trying to push the questions through. I'm trying the best I can. Let's see. So last but not least, this is the very last comment that I'm going to put through, and then I got a really big question for the AU Twins before we end the podcast. Fred Messimer says, Arrow, camping with Jaron, you might as well go swimming. I was soaked the whole time we hung out too. That is correct. That was.
Yeah, great reputation. You need a new tent.
You guys are gonna get wet.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I woke out of a slumber with like, this is not what Jeff Williams meant.
Oh gosh. Let's see. So we have one more link that I'm trying to put up here. Let's see here. So I'm going to put the AU Twins link on both Facebook and YouTube, and then we also have a comment here that says they need Ray Rusaw's link. I'll tell you what, I will put it in the comments. If you get over to the AU Twins YouTube channel and Facebook page, you give them likes, you give them loves, you give them some comments. You guys watch what they got going on. They got a ton of stuff coming up here soon. They got some uncut scenes. I mean, a lot of fun stuff. So I'll tell you what, I'll put that comment in the description here if you guys want to get over there with the AU Twins. So I'll go ahead and post a comment here.
Yeah,
it'll be YouTube.
Laugh is contagious. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, his
I
laugh
know.
will just
I
make you
miss
laugh.
so much. Like, actually, Christian, if we don't go back to Greenland, I'm sure Christian, Tiffany, and I will probably go visit him. So you'll see
Yeah,
that
I
in
would
the
love to
future.
visit him.
You'll see that. You'll see that. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, when
where-
you're for 3 months with a certain amount of people, you know, the people become like family. You depend.
Yeah.
I mean, we're such a small little group
on a rock.
Really, they became my family. Ray, I
Yep.
will have unconditional, endless love for Ray and Christian. They'll be my friends forever.
Yeah, no, phenomenal individuals, and you guys really rock the show. You guys are down to earth, and we pray to God that we can get you guys back on the show in the next few months, see where you guys are at in the preseason of prospecting and mining, see what you guys got going on. We love to have you guys here. We have one more comment and then one more big question. One more big question. So we got a comment here.
Go to Greenland or not, we're still going to be going on our gold adventures. So
I watch your guys' videos, so you guys better be coming out with some.
Please let us know, because I will take you on an adventure with us.
Yeah,
we're personable. If you guys want to come with us, let's go.
Yeah,
Have some fun. Enjoy the freaking community. So one last comment here says, thank you everyone for the great show. Have a great night. Sleep well and gold luck to everyone. And whatever adventure you may have this weekend, be safe. So with that being said, one last question before we end the show. The AU Twins, Kimberly and Tiffany. Love you guys. Phenomenal individuals. God has made some phenomenal people. So with that being said, one last question that I have to obviously say, if you watch all of our freaking videos, what can we see from you guys in the future?
Gold. More gold.
She's like, gold. Just gold.
Absolutely. Us getting gold, us finding gold, us laughing and crying about
Us
gold.
looking for gold.
Us
looking for gold. Us looking for gold.
Just gold. All just gold, 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 gold.
Gold, gold, hashtag gold.
Hashtag gold, hashtag AU Twins, hashtag get out, hashtag seek all adventures. Get out there, enjoy yourself, have fun.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, if
indeed,
you check out
indeed.
Don Wentz comment, he got Ray Rusaw's YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I guess this is a new one. Jared, one more comment to post on the stream. www.youtube.com/@RayRusak cocktail miner. I guess he's doing cocktails now. I don't know. If not, maybe it's his new YouTube channel. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. Mucking plaster. Jay Russo for president. I don't know about that, but Ray, we love you.
Oh my God, I just like to see his speech. Just speech.
Right?
Like, oh, this is
Seriously.
bullshit.
Good
Oh,
God.
bullshit.
Good. I totally agree. So with that being said, everybody watching, everybody that's watched, everybody that will watch tomorrow, the day after that, Kimberly, Tiffany, you guys are phenomenal individuals. We love you guys over at Prospecting Buddy. We hope everything but the best for you guys. Co-host Errol Bremer, love you, man. Jaron Colnane, myself. With that being said, I'll see you guys not next weekend on Thursday, but the weekend after, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't, get over to prospectingbuddy.org. Sign up for your state. Maybe the AU Twins are in their prospective state over in California, and you want to go digging with them, reach out. So with that being said, love you guys. We're going to get the hell out of here, and you guys have a good night. See you guys.
Good night.
Peace.